Hey, all you beautiful people out there. Welcome to People Pursuing Greatness podcast, episode number 53. This is a special New Mexican Burqueño edition of the podcast. Today, I am joined by the hipster himself, Jordan Miles. This man is the epitome of a New Mexican, and at that, a New Mexican musician. A dyed-in-the-wool rapper, which I personally have seen this man on stage spitting that bar goodness, that ooey gooey goodness. I've seen this dude at parties, battle rapping with dudes, tearing them down, and he was not in the most sober state of mind, and he just, this guy's brain works like a rapper, like an MC. He's recorded works which are lengthy, they're lyrically deep. Jordan raps from his heart. And from his passion about his life and his upbringing in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I met this guy selling cell phones up here in Los Lunas, which is basically a suburb of Albuquerque. I thought about that the other day. It's actually a suburb of Albuquerque, I think, is how you'd look at it. This dude, he showed me a lot of music when we first hung out. This is 10 plus years ago. Years later, this guy is still just somebody that I love to just, I love to pick his brain about all things hip hop, all things music. And he's just a real one. We delve into all things music. We play the debut of his hipster banger, Red Zia Symbol. You're going to hear it. It's in the podcast. I haven't done that in a while. Mad shout out to Hipster for letting me snag that one. It's the debut. It does come out tomorrow. So this podcast is releasing the night of the 27th of May 2021. I want you guys to check out Red Zia Symbol, the double album. My man's got 30 plus songs on this album called Red Zia Symbol, coming out 5/28, which is Friday. I believe it's Memorial Day weekend, right? Yeah. So this is coming out on all major music platforms. My man did this legit. You're going to hear it in the podcast. This dude knows how to rap. He freestyles, he throws down some cypher that he just came up with. This guy, he's a real one. And I want you guys to, stream his stuff, share his stuff, and hopefully you guys will share the podcast too while you're at it. But no, we talk about all kinds of stuff, not just rap. We talk about metal. We talk about country. We talk about imposter syndrome on the microphone, being on stage and failing, and coming from that failure and like the return. And my man's got a beautiful mustache. You can catch him as Versace Mustache on Instagram. That's his handle. And then, of course, you guys are going to find him as Hipsta. That's HIP$TA on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, probably Pandora, Amazon Music. This guy's going to be everywhere. Probably catch him on the radio one day. So, without further ado, and I never thought I'd hear myself say that, this is absolutely a show. And I love putting out podcasts like this because it's so cool to put out, works with somebody that's passionate about what they're doing. And he recognizes, the fact that I am trying to highlight people like him in the world. And in my local orbit. So shout out to you, Hipster. You deserve it, brother. Oh, before I forget, there is actually some bonus content at the very end of the podcast. Never done that before. So hope you guys enjoy it. It's just like, you'll see. All right, guys. Cheers.
Interviews with people pursuing greatness.
Hey, welcome to People Pursuing Greatness podcast. I am joined by the hipster, New Mexico's own hipster, Mr. Jordan. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah,
I am doing breathing. I'm breathing.
I'm breathing.
I'm breathing the oxygen provided, and for that, gratitude.
Gratitude, baby. Gratitude from the one up above, and if you don't believe in that kind of shit, then everybody around you, right? I believe in Einstein's God, bro. That's like kind of my, you know what I mean? Like everything is God. Not necessarily there's like a place or a thing, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, you don't. Oh, like we were just talking about interviews, and I was like, there's like 3 interviews that saved my life, and one of them is literally like, because the guy getting interviewed, Pharrell, is like, we are God. He's like, if I'm in God right now. And he's like going off, and I'm just like, dude, that shit is. love.
I like how Action Bronson talks about that a lot, bro. Like he comes in with some like deep shit and you don't even like see it coming. Like some of his some of his like
sounds like ridiculousness. Like you're just like, what is this malarkey? And then at the end you're just like,
oh, that hit home, bro. Yeah, because it sounds like he's always riffing, bro. Like even his music is not necessarily the most meaningful, I guess, but then like at the end of it you're like, man, even though he's riffing, bro, like something deep just came out of that. Because like you listen to like Drake, and maybe I'm comparing the wrong fucking genres here, but like you listen to like Drake and it's almost like dude went into the fucking like Drake Bible and was like, this line and this line is serious shit, and then lighthearted, I got money, and then serious shit, you know. But then you hear like Action Bronson and it's like, damn, bro, like did you mean all of that? And when they flip back over, it's like, man, he did it with so much grace that's why that man is the, you know, the young AB. He's the man that he is. But have you seen him working out lately on his Instagram?
Yes, I have.
Fucking
and he
monster, dude.
He looks like kind of like Mick Foley. No, like remember WWE days, but no, he's. I always thought he would do that too because he was getting really big there. Because I watched all those. Can we cuss?
I just fucking cussed.
Okay.
What you mean?
But
Can't we
like
cuss?
Fucking delicious, like that show, Fucking Delicious.
No, I got you one better. Hang on, watch this.
No one's. But yeah, Fucking Delicious was like the shit because. Oh, and he brought out the cookbook. This fucking. Oh
the fuck that's delicious cookbook.
That's
Watch,
the
show
truth,
the show the camera, bro. Show the camera. You gotta.
Yo.
AB, you see that?
Yo.
Representing, buddy.
We just repping for the fucking the Bam Bam Baklava today. No, I fucked with him since that song that he had. What was it? Something in My Jeep or whatever. It was like one of his first slappers. And then Riff Raff was in the video. They play horse for a real gold monster chain, and then fucking Action Bronson win, and Riff Raff says, "You just gonna take my mama's chain like that?" Or it was like some shit. I'm probably getting it wrong, but no.
No, when he does stuff though, it's so off the cuff that I can't find a place where I don't like AB. Like he's one of the few that could probably like bounce from Vice and still be. I mean, he is apparently he's still big. You know what I mean? Because him and Vice had like a falling out. But he had the Fuck That's Delicious show, and then they replaced him basically with what's that, Matty Matheson or whatever that dude's name is. And
Vice was my shit for a long time. Like it was really like especially with King of the Road, like in the Thrasher fucking skateboard shit.
Yeah,
bro, I was vicing it up, but then they get a little too political and. I just
all these opinion pieces, bro. I get tired of it.
Yeah, I'm like, if Action Bronson is sick, if you guys have ever seen the show, it's there's like his best friend, Big Body Bess. Mm-hmm. My God, bro, that dude is a freaking wisdom like machine. Like when he just talks, and that's definitely New York, and it comes out crazy, but he's just like,
because he's got like that voice, you know, when he's talking.
Yeah, we're gonna do this real large. We're never doing it small and not even medium. We're double XL all day, every day.
Why do people let things from the outside breach your equilibrium? You know, is it a neuron or is it muhaha? As he do it in the fucking, you know, my favorite album is the Blue Chips. We're over here ripping on Action Bronson for like 5 minutes, but his Blue Chip 7000 album, dude, gospel to me, bro.
Yeah, we should probably get it. No, I was thinking the same thing, but no, at the end of the day, it's just showing love because that shit is really,
it's good.
Like, it's unique. It's unique, and that's what draws anybody to any kind of project. I think everybody wants to hear something new, or hear something or be able to tell their friends that they heard something that, hey, you've never heard nothing like this.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of people, Action Bronson was that, like, especially with his shows too.
Oh, dude, crazy, bro. Throwing fucking fans
joints
off the stage, bro.
I saw one where he had a package of 20 joints and he's just throwing joints into the crowd. I'm like, that fucker's so sick.
So I saw a, of course I'm going to forget who it is. Why you gotta, fucking, what is wrong with me? Why can't I remember the band? It's one I listened to too many times, but it's
not going to talk about it then. Lost that.
I've only had beers.
No.
God damn it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Why you gotta? Anyways, on stage, dude was like trying to hand out a bottle at an all ages show at Sunshine. And shout out, I guess it's better I don't name the band. But the manager comes running out, bro, and was like, no, motherfucker, no. But there was like, you could, obviously an underage girl, bro, was like, oh my God, titties. And, you know, and the manager was like,
Jordan
what
was
are
over
you
there like, give me some of that.
So we bring you on, and I've known you, fucking man, forever. Like,
yeah, it's been a long
11,
time
12
for
years.
sure. Yeah, like it doesn't feel like that. I still feel like I'm 18. So it's like, yo, I met you like last year, but
Yeah, right.
It really,
We're still selling cell phones and shit.
yeah, but we were working at a cell phone store, and I was in Albuquerque, and I got sent to Los Lunas store, and that's where
we hooked up, bro.
Yeah.
Well, so you
Looneyville.
You were a little bit into rap at the time. I remember, so Kanye and Jay-Z's album, The Throne, came out.
The Throne.
And I remember that was that was
yeah.
to
I'm
snap us into a timeline. That's when, and
Yo.
you were like, bro, check this out, and pop it into your CD player. And we
Yeah.
fucking went for a cruise, bro. And I was like,
And
this is
it's-
some shit, bro. I'd
No.
never heard.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like Kanye West makes it hard to defend him. Like I talking about Kanye, I don't even want to like be like, you know, too much, because there are a lot of things I disagree with, and then I'm neutral on a lot of things too. I do think he's a brilliant musical mind, and genuinely I've never like it's not like I can name like 3 Kanye West songs that I finally like think are like average.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything I hear from him is like phenomenal to me.
I think that's cool that you say that, because I think a lot of people don't realize that dude he's a legit genius when it comes to running the board and running the producing side of the house, bro.
Making beats for sure.
But him like going wild on TMZ and shit like that was like, it's
Rap
just
for president.
yeah.
Like,
and then
okay.
like he dumped off like the only other chick besides like, you know, Beyonce that could really be considered like, you know, up there. And I'm not trying to give the Kardashians any sort of clout whatsoever, bro. But
Yes.
like in terms of like, you know, you talk about up there, bro. Like how many you got? You got like your Beyonce's, your Halle Berry's. I
Exactly.
mean, you know,
yeah, he's that name. Like it's one of those names in like Norway or like, you know, who knows where, like the middle of way north. I don't know what I'm saying, but like a really even more secluded spot, and it's like Michael Jordan, you know, Michael Jackson, Brad Pitt, and it's like these people that like people
know who he is.
Like all 7 billion people.
He could
in the
like show
world.
up to the Iran International Airport and they'd be like, "Damn,
No, exactly.
that's Kanye." I don't even want to see. I didn't try to do an accent. You see that? I kept it inclusive.
Actually,
Kanye.
Yeah, no, I fuck with him, and he has a song that was literally like, and to this day, I think if you ask me my favorite hip hop song, it's a Kanye West song, and it's the very first song on College Dropout, which is Just to Get By, and it just has this chorus where like these kids are singing, and it is. It very much captured where I was when I was 25.
Got you.
So it says drug dealing just to get by, stacking money till we get sky high.
Yeah.
We wasn't supposed to make it past 25. Jokes on you, we still alive. And so like that's just like a chorus with like a bunch of kids singing it. And I remember it being like, gosh, I must have been like 14 or 15. I forget how old, but I put that in, and I remember just being like, 25's the goal, bro. Like we're gonna get to 25,
right?
Like,
or what?
We're gonna sing this song, and it's gonna actually mean some shit.
But what's the one that kills everybody? It's 27, right? That's like
27.
When,
yeah,
that's supposed to be the year.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like I'm aware of that because it's just like
Mac Miller.
Mac
R.I.P.
Miller. Yeah, that's what brought it to light, is because that dude was like such a big influence of mine. Man, it's like even my Albuquerque story like is like incomplete without Mac Miller, because like one of my biggest friends and allies that have done a lot for me in music locally is this cat Justin Hood, and Justin Hood saw me get pulled on stage from Lupe Fiasco. So like I was like,
I haven't heard that name in a while, bro.
Yeah, we went to the Lupe show. We were front row, and then I got pulled on stage. He's like, "Who knows the words to this song, The Cool?" And I was obsessed with Lupe at the time, so I knew every word. And like, we showed up at like 1 PM and waited like 7 hours to get into a Lupe show.
Shit.
There wasn't even anybody behind us for like 3 of those hours, but we just weren't.
He's got like a tent and a barbecue.
Yeah, we were not going to be number one. Like we could have showed up 4 hours later and been like 7th in line, been just fine. But we stayed there because it was like, fuck yeah, let's like. I was obsessed with him, so I've always felt like I don't know what anybody believes, but it's like I manifested it almost, because I remember just like having that thought. I was like 18 and I was just like, what if he pulls me on stage?
Right.
Like, what if he does it? And then, dude, genuinely, it did happen. It was the Sunshine Theater. I think you can even YouTube it still. There's like video YouTubes of his encore, because that show, like he really went crazy on that show. But yeah.
Causing riots and shit.
Yeah,
like
so
Sublime.
he pulls me on stage, right? So then I go, like 3 weeks later, I go to a Mac Miller show where the person opening up is Wake Self.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's when I meet Wake Self for the first time. And Wake Self is just like, yo, what's up? I was like, yo, who's this dude, right? But I'm standing there because he's Wake Self and his band opened up for Mac Miller. I'm standing there just admiring these guys because I hadn't seen really anybody doing hip hop in Albuquerque like that before. So I was like, yo, these dudes are killing it. And then Justin Hood, who he's been really helpful to me for a lot of things. He walks up to me and he's just like, you were that kid on stage with Lupe. And that's like literally how I met one of my like somebody who I admire and somebody
like a mentor.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and he's just like, and it's like, and then, RIP Wake Self for, that whole situation is really, upsetting for a lot of people in and especially in New Mexico hip hop, it's like really sad. But like, it's just crazy how that night, that Mac Miller show is like literally the like, everything came together.
I would have killed to see Mac Miller live. I never saw him live, bro.
Yeah, and it was like in his early stages, and then there's even like pictures of him recording at a studio afterwards in Albuquerque, and a couple of my like other friends got to go there, and it's like I didn't get to go there, but like it's crazy because he was like recording a song in Albuquerque, and then I just felt like that was one of those moments where it was like, yo, I want to be this. Like, I want to fucking rap, dude.
Yeah,
like, I gotta do shit.
And again, like nowadays it's a tired like I don't know, it's like kind of generic, I guess, like the white rapper that is like is the outlier. Now it's kind of not the outlier. I mean, you kind of don't have an outlier when it comes to white rappers because the ones that are doing it, I mean, we're just talking about fucking Action Bronson, we're talking about Mac Miller, I mean, we're talking about our boy right here, Hipster. Hey. I guess we haven't even fucking said what your pursuit of greatness is, brother. And
shit.
My man here is a rapper, MC, and that's why we're talking about hip hop. For those of you that
haven't caught on, man, this is really, we're doing bad for the intro. We fucked up the intro.
No. We'll come around. I have an intro that I do before the podcast, and I'll name who I'll speak your clout. Yeah, I got you, man. But beyond that, though, I mean, we're talking about the foundation, bro. Like,
no, it's real.
I mean, it's huge to come back to what created your roots, because Albuquerque, and I talked about this in my last podcast with Sam McIntosh. We talked about how Albuquerque's got two things that they really get into when it comes to like, he's a fucking music promoter. He's basically sells artists, and the things that sell in different markets, in particular in Albuquerque, is metal for one, and for two is hip hop. And there's also like a lot of niches, and I'm leaving a lot out. People can get mad.
No, but the metal is dominating for sure.
It dominates, yeah. I mean, and it draws crowds, bro. Yeah. But like beyond that, there's also like, I'm one of those people, bro. Like I'm a metalhead from the top to the bottom, but I listen to more hip hop than I do metal anymore. And I don't know. I feel like they're connected. It's all music, right? But
the lines are being blurred, and then it's
right. That's a great way to put it.
It's like if people aren't recognizing it, they're just kind of set in their ways, because it's like, man, like country is rap nowadays. Like,
right. Or pop. I think it's pop.
Everything. Man, I saw Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson on a YouTube video in the studio recording new stuff, and they're kind of just like speaking fast because they're not like ballading no songs anymore, but it's like, and Merle Haggard turns his hat backwards and he just raps, and he's like, oh, I'll rap that one right there, and you're just like, yo, rap is just getting it's worldwide now.
But it's not a niche anymore.
No,
I mean,
it's not a niche,
it's dominant, bro. And
you can't really be like, oh, I do it because like it's this rebellious counterculture that's really just getting off the ground, and I'm like, yo, we're gonna. No, it's like the thing. So it's like it dictates. It's the most, like I've seen the numbers are the stories and about it quite a bit, but it's the number one most downloaded genre on Apple Music and Spotify.
That makes sense.
So,
but then again, like you said, it blurs the lines. I mean, how are you going to call?
All right.
I mean, so much shit can be considered rap.
Metal drummers is what blurs the line, because like these drummers are like, hey, shout out to metal drummers, because like, yo, like double foot pedals and 17 cymbals and shit, and they're just still crushing that. Yo, that's when I was like, yo, these dudes are really killing it. I didn't always like relate to the music, or sometimes couldn't. It's like, like you get like a little too crazy. I'm just like,
it's almost, we're almost saying the same
I'm
thing.
not trying to be. I'm joking. I was like, I'm not trying to be frightened right now. Like, don't try to frighten me with your like. I'm listening to the song.
Why are you shouting? We're
but
at a concert,
they have real lyrics. Like if you listen to it and you pay attention to that, it's like, and I had to show it. Like I had to just like try it, because I was like, yo, what is this metal about? And like, I'm like,
listen, I want you to, and you don't. I mean, we could this will be in the show notes, but shout out to Achspire. Achspire is an insane band, bro. They're like a mathcore, which is like a very fast metal, but the vocalist, one of his main influencers is Ice Cube. And when you hear him like go off, bro, this man, bro, like he's, but it's fast and it makes sense,
cadence,
and you can, dude, and it's amazingly fast, and that was the whole point. Like when he got recruited, he had a drummer come in, and he was like, the drummer was like, listen, I want you in the band, but we're gonna go fast.
He's like, we're fucking
And if for you guys listening at home, just look up Achspire, any Google lookup, but on YouTube, they have a couple lyric videos, and like whilst he spits it, you like that proper? Whilst he spits it, you can see the lyrics as they shoot through the beat, you know, and we're talking like at 16th or 32nd speed, bro. Like just
you're not
fucking
reading that shit. It's
but
like,
I mean, you can, but it's just that without having it on the screen, or even like you said, like having to sit down with like the lyrics. Like me and my buddy Fox talk about it all the time. Yeah. Like sometimes the only way to get somebody like I've had country friends or family members that only listen to country, and you know they're sing song and it's like pop and shit like that. And then I'll be like, check this out. So I'll slap a metal song in front of them. It's like a love ballad, or usually there's some pain involved. I mean, metal's a lot like you know. Somebody broke up with somebody, but like you'll read the lyrics and you're like, this motherfucker's got fucking lyrics, dude. You know?
No, I really didn't. I forget what band it was, but it was like there's like a big time band. Like I want to say, I forget, but they were just like, it's like even Metallica. You know, like even Metallica can kind of have that sound, but then if you listen to, that's why like people recognize Metallica is because they're just like. Those lyrics and some of those songs, it's like they could have been just like a fucking Ramones, where it's just like only a group of people love them, but they're just like Metallica for a reason. It's a fucking
right. I mean, and you could say all you want about ghostwriters and shit like that, but when it comes down to it, bro, like there's just nobody that made that impact, you know, like Metallica did. They bred so many bands without even knowing it, bro. Sure. Kanye created I don't know how many folks, including Hipsta, bro. I mean, look at this, right? Not to say he's your only, but
no, exactly. It's like what do I? It's like I realized this with Ludacris too, is because like I was like Ludacris did a versus battle. I don't know if you know about those, but they're on Instagram. Yeah. And he did a versus battle, and I'm like against Nelly. I'm like, yo, he's gonna win. And then I'm listening to Ludacris, and it's like, what am I talking about? Like I had chicken and beer on repeat for like 2 whole summers, and like I know every word. I'm over there thinking Nelly's gonna win, but then I low key was just sleeping on Ludacris, and then I'm like, I would never have said before then like, oh, like I sound like my sound was kind of like comes from like those days of Ludacris, but now it's like when I hear the blueberry yum yum,
dude. Oh, I haven't heard that in a minute,
like
man.
that's. And it's weird because I don't know how much it's even in demand anymore, but that's what I try to, like, I tap into the shit that I love. Like, it's like, I'll fucking, I like to do like just fun stuff. I like to do real stuff. I like to do all in between, but it's like, it's just like a moment that you want to capture, and like
it's a moment in their career and their life too. Like there's the little, I don't know if it's little known, maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Again, this is somebody that I don't do music all the time. But there's a song called Cartoons from Kendrick Lamar, bro, from back in the day. And that song is like my shit. I listen to it constantly. And this is like some of those early obscure days where it's just like the Blueberry Ludacris shit, where you're just like, I don't know how this got missed. I don't know how this isn't being remixed and brought back up, bro. Because even the current stuff, like I say this about metal bands all the time. Like after you've made a few $1 million and you got a big ass house, what are you mad about, bro? You're not mad, bro. Your life ain't hard no more, bro. And you know what I mean?
Like, you made that much money and you were a 1/5 of the earnings. So, you know, it's like the money you produced is like crazy, but it's like, I wish I played more instruments, or I could play like, and then like have like a real band, you know, like.
But let me say this. I've seen my boy Jordan here do the hipster thing before it was hipster at parties, a little bit drunk, and literally battle with people and just pull it out, bro. I've seen you at the launch pad up on stage, bro, and not a bit of hesitation, just slay, bro. And we talked about this a little bit, and this is something I want to get deeper into, is like your a little bit of your story, but you fucked up before, bro.
Oh yeah.
I fucked up. Like if you listen to podcast episode 1, don't fucking listen to it. But if you listen to my first podcast at this table, bro, like 4 years ago now, I was the worst host I could possibly be, bro. I didn't know how to use the microphone.
But it's humbling. So
it is. But what my point is that it's almost like you get that imposter syndrome. Am I wrong in saying that? Like you almost feel like, am I this person that I want to be, bro? And then
and it's it just comes from being like knowing where you come from, knowing that you're like, you're like these neighborhoods that people like use to like, get clout or be like, yo, I'm from this. Like we were in the, those neighborhoods, and we were like not the most financially, we were poor. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
And so like,
fuck yeah, bro.
It's like I don't even ever like try to like get that clout where I'm just like, oh well, I'm from this neighborhood or that neighborhood. But it was like, yo, it's when you're really from there. And then like all your friends are just like, yo, you tell our story, and it's like real shit. And
that's
like
huge.
Even like, like I never say a name, but like the old plugs and stuff, like the like craziness, like back when you were doing like nonsense, it's like those dudes come up to you and they're just like, yo, I know you're real. And it's like, not that I know I'm real or anything like that. It's just like, I know who I am, and I know why I rap, and I know that I want to do it for like genuine reasons. It's just sometimes it's just brushed off as like, yo, you want to be, this, or you want to be that, or and man, I could just tell you guys like,
bro, haters are never gonna quit.
Yeah, I'm like, if we, probably can already tell from my stupid accent, but like if
you're all sick accent, bro.
Yeah, bro. I put that. It's a sicko accent. But no, like it's like, and really like it's. If you listen to my music, it's the same way. So if after this you check out some of my stuff, you'll hear it in my voice. But it's like, man. And then sometimes I'll get some like flack for it. Like somebody will try to call me out and be like, "Oh, you sound like you're all trying to be this." I'm like, man, I can't. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think when I speak. Like I'm not thinking like, oh, let me speak like this. I open my mouth and this is the voice I have and these are the words that come out. Like it's just,
there's no faking that.
Yeah, it's real product environment shit. But it's like people want to think that you just like have these thoughts before you talk, and you're just like, oh, like you really talk like this, and then all of a sudden, you just like put on, and people do. That's the thing too. A lot of people are like. But hey, if you're from Albuquerque, bro, just
it comes out of you,
dude. If
it's
big, it's all.
Yeah.
And if it's and if you really want somebody to believe you say you put that. And
I put that in.
Depending on what you put it on, it's like that's how you know how serious they are. Because if you put that shit on everything,
it's all sick.
Oh, bro,
it's all sick.
It's the fucking.
No, and not to again, it's not to downplay. Like, I mean, the people's roots, bro. I think as long as you're not, if you're not trying to say that you are, to be humble from these roots is really what's key, bro. Because no matter where you came from, like I was raised in fucking Las Unas mostly, which is a suburb of Albuquerque, if you will.
Don't let him lie. It's crazy.
Las Loco, bro. No,
Las Looneyville.
But I, like honestly, it's mostly like a farming town, and it's and now it's starting to pop off in the last 5 to 10 years, I guess.
That's
but
everywhere.
I mean that's everywhere. That's America for you. But like you look at where I came from, bro. I had nobody to compare myself to, and like when I was podcasting in 2017, nobody was looking at me like I was gonna make it. They're like, oh, okay, bro, you're gonna podcast, But I'm here and I'm putting in the work. The same with you, bro.
Yeah.
Like talk about
53 episodes. Or is it 53 or what?
You're 53, bro.
Yeah, that's real. No, I didn't know that was real because I'll be watching Joe Budden and they do like 3 a week for like 2 years, and I'm like,
that's a lot of work.
Episode
bro.
491. No,
yeah.
And you realize why they get what they get. They actually, it's very difficult. But then I'm just like 53, dude. Like shout out to fucking this guy because, like I said, I most of the podcasts I see from Albuquerque are like maxed out at episode 19.
Yeah, or they quit, bro. Like we won't say anything, but some radio DJs that I had on the podcast said they would never do a podcast, and they ended up doing the podcast, but then it ended up kind of fizzling out. And I'll tell you why, because it wasn't from the heart. It was from a place of money. Yeah. And not a single time have you guys ever heard me put a sponsor on this show, because I am here to talk about the people that I have on. I want to hear Hipsta because Hipsta's about to put out a fat ass album. We haven't even gotten that far. I've seen this dude put out work for years. I mean, like I said, I've seen you at parties. I've seen you at just to say my other guests, I've seen people like, maybe I don't know these guys personally the way that I do you, but the people that I've had on, each and every one of them has proven to me that, they're willing to go above and beyond and get into that place where a lot of us have doubts.
Yeah.
I had doubts about the podcast. You had doubts about, I mean, you were doing some shit. You had music videos coming out, and then you had some kids, right? I mean, and then now you're back on it, you know? So that's why I brought you on, bro. But
no, and real shit, like, you know, everybody's timeline is different. Like I'm happy to talk about everything, but it's like when I think about how I end up here, you know, at this moment, it's like, yo, like it's because this is my timeline. Because the timeline shit will have you fucked up. Like timeline will have you thinking that you need to look at Instagram, and if you're not, you know, with the kid from high school that's like the first one to get married, you know, I don't know.
Right. No, that makes sense, dude.
The improvement, and
I
so
get that.
it's just like I stay off that. No, I don't really stay off Instagram. I love Instagram, but but like it's like
pretty pictures, bro.
No,
Come on.
I just disregard a lot of these like photographs and stuff, because like if you think everybody's life's better than yours, what do you think of your own life? But it's not,
right.
It's not real shit. But it's like, and then you know, having kids does impact making music. But I'm learning now, and I'm making different like arrangements as far as like. Just like time organization, really just making sure like, hey, I'm not like ignoring my kids and the cool part is I got the studio in the house now. So like there's even a song on the album. There's one song that's like, it's the one, it's for my kids specifically. It's called Get Back Home. And I just finished the video for that one, and it's about my babies, but they remind me real quick, what I was making a freaking point, but I can't. I'll remember it. Hold on.
About your kids, bro.
About my kids. Oh yeah. So now, they actually scream. So it's like I'm over there trying to record, and they can. It's like weird. They're young, but they actually kind of like. Sometimes they understand the quiet shh.
Yeah. You just see my daughter walk in here.
Yeah,
my last like 3 podcasts, I've had to cut out so much because my 6-year-old kept popping in. He's at school, thank God, right now. But I feel you. Like you're trying to do this shit coming from behind after
exactly.
you're. How old are you now? What, 30 something? Right?
I'm 32.
32, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna turn 33 this year, bro. So, but you're coming from a place of experience, bro. And beyond that, you're not waking up with a hangover tomorrow after you partied all night, and you have like a fucking. Tell the people what you got coming out, bro. Like you've been working your ass off, and this is at the point when Hipsta is a fucking dad times 3, brother.
Yeah, times 3. I have twins, and I have he'll be 4 in July.
Yeah,
he's a boy, and the twins are a boy and a girl. And this all happened within like 3.5 years. And like, it seems like yesterday I was going to the Dirty Bourbon, like, you know, and now I'm just like, you know, like, but no, I take the father shit so serious. Like I was so blessed to have a really good father. And, he's an Albuquerque father. So he's got his craziness. He's got his craziness for sure, but then at the end of the day, it's like he just really wanted what was best for me for a long time, and or for even still now. And it's not like he stopped, but it's like for my whole life.
You're on your own, motherfucker.
Yo, and then like, unfortunately, again, being from certain neighborhoods or whatever, you look around and you're like I was even talking with my girlfriend about it, and it's like I found like out of maybe 20 of my friends, I could say like 2 of them had their like dad living there.
Right. And
so like for me, I was almost aware of that always, where I was just like, yo, I got this. And my dad was like the hood dad too. Like everybody was fucking like, yo, shout out to Bill, because like he would be like pay for people to like, or he'd like bring people in our house if they were like in a motel or like doing bad. And sometimes we had like,
see that I've never, and I'll tell you right now, like I want to be a lot of things, bro, but I've never been that kind of person where I could bring somebody into my house. My mom's like that too. She's brought people in like on hard times. Yeah. You know, you all can judge me. I don't give a fuck, but I got 3 kids, bro. So, but for real, like that to me, I give mad props to people that can do that, because to be able to help people, especially like in the neighborhood, I think I went to your dad's house before. Yeah. But in that area, like I mean, I work in that area, bro, and like there's just so much fuckery, bro. And then to like bring somebody in, especially in Albuquerque, bro, like we had TV shows made about the fuck ups, bro, like Breaking Bad, bro. Like, all right, now that we all know that it's not like that's not really. It's crazy. It's a bit of Albuquerque, but it's not all. No, yeah,
that's the unfortunate part. It's like you want to tell people from around, you know what? That's just an exaggeration. Yeah. But then you're just like,
not really. I mean, it kind of is.
It's not.
It wasn't that high quality blue shit. Can I just say that? It was like,
yeah, I'm like, you're just like, there's not really blue meth. You know, that's the only thing.
Right? There's just meth.
All the other stuff,
that's all.
You know, all the other Albuquerque experiences are.
But your dad was this guy that showed you to be a man, and to be a man in a place where,
and that's where it comes from. Like, yo, it's like dad first. It's dad first, priority dad, and then do what you love. And when I think about that, and that's a lot of what the last like year in quarantine has shown me is like, like, where's your skill? Are you the guy who hates his life and you go to a day job but you make good money, and so like the sacrifice of like happiness just comes at a cost? And there's those people, and then there's the guy who has a tent, and he's like low-key not even looking for nowhere to live, but like could, and maybe not even asking for, and they're just content, and like they have this like real peace. And like you see it sometimes where like some of these like homeless people are just like okay,
yeah,
and then excuse me, and like it's like, where's your skill? I feel like those are the two extremes. And I feel like gosh man, like some time ago I was like over here in the doing what I had to do to get a paycheck and had caught up in all that, and that was me. But in the last like fucking gosh, just since COVID hit, dude, since like April of 2020, it's like my whole thing just shifted. Like I'm just like,
your baseline changed.
I'm back
bro.
here with the guy in the tent, and I'm just like, like, how about I just stop wanting?
So for you guys listening, like my boy here, like, I mean, I used to work at the cell phone store selling cell phones and
slinging iPhones.
Yes, yeah, for real. And for a minute, we didn't even get iPhones, bro. Verizon took a minute. Fucking Verizon, bro. But they took a minute. We had to sell Androids when people were picking up iPhones.
Blackberries. We were selling Palm Pilots.
Oh, the Palm Pilot, bro.
But we were, swear to God, don't come into that store because you got sold.
You got something, bro.
Yeah,
I even sell you a hotspot you didn't need, bro.
He was good. You were pretty good, bro. It's like,
I wasn't as good as you, bro. You had a way with people, and that was the thing. Is like you came from humble origins, bro. Yeah. Like that's literally being broke, bro. Like the system fucked us hard, and but in the end, bro, like it makes you really treasure your values, and that's what I think you're getting at eventually. Is that you've gone so far, and I'm just gonna say it, but like your album that's coming out, when is it to be released?
Yeah, it's gonna be released on the 28th, and the number of songs is undecided, and that's only because like people's attention spans, and I'm trying to figure out how not to give you guys too much, but like at the end of the day, I made like a ton of songs in like the last 8 months, so it's like.
But you don't have a job. Like your job is being a dad, number one. Number two, being a boyfriend, husband, right? And three, rapper. And
he's a good husband, by the way. That's why he says it like that. It's like, I would have fucked up.
You hear that, wife? You hear that shit?
Yeah. I'm like, my girl's gonna be like, why didn't you say this? I'm like, damn, my bad. But
but like you put in the work, bro, and that.
No, and that's the thing. Is like. I'm sorry if I keep cutting you off. Like,
no, go ahead. But it's a fucking podcast, bro.
No, and I'm feeling what you're stepping. Like I'm smelling what you're stepping in, bro.
You picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah. No, but it's like, and I'm eager to talk about it because it's like, with this album, it's like I decided in my mind that like, like before I'm a great salesman, before I'm a good manager, or these different corporate traits that I've just
tearing people down in rap battles.
Yeah, but now no, it's
guys,
like so
you have no idea.
No, but
I wish I had somebody here for him.
But that was the choice. That was the choice. Was like, I'm gonna rap. Yeah, like, I'm just gonna rap, and I'm gonna be okay with that. Yeah, and like I'm gonna tell my chick's parents I'm a rapper, and like like you just have to like really understand. What
so
that
what
means.
do you do for a living, Mr. Bertel?
I'm a rapper.
I'm a rapper. I rhyme words over in poetry style over hip hop beats.
Rhyme sayer is what I go by.
So if you look up the definition, by definition, I'm a rapper, and I don't play too many instruments. So it's like there was a time in my life where I was like, I'm a musician.
Yeah,
I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Fuck no, bro. I'm a damn rapper. I'm a fucking rapper who just raps.
I was in a metal band for a long time, and I played shows, and I rented a studio and shit like that. And people were like, "Oh, what kind of a musician? What kind of instruments you play?" I'm like, I work a microphone. I can't play instruments either, bro.
Hey, you know what? Treble and bass levels, I got down. Feedback, I'm a feedback champion, and tambourine on the side.
Yeah. But I've seen you do collaborations too, and I want you guys to look. And just to make sure that people are seeing all your shit. Is all your shit now under Hipsta? Or
it's all in the hipster. My name is Jordan. I'll just say my government name. My name is Jordan Miles, and
his social
last
is
name Bertel.
I'm just
but
kidding.
It's like no, but it's like that's my real name because like when I came up with my first, it wasn't even like coming up with a rapper name. It was like me wanting to rap and promoters being like, "Who are you?" and me just like not even saying my last name. So I was like Jordan Miles, and then that just kind of like was what I went by for a long time. But like it just felt like with what happened and like how well, I'll talk about it more in a second, but it's like I ended up taking 4 years away from music. And so you take 4 years away from music and you don't feel like the guy that used to, the name that used to be.
Imposter
yeah,
syndrome.
it's like you don't feel like the name that was on the flyers before. And so it's like, for me, I was just like, I'm not one to be like, I don't know. I have a cool mustache for sure, but like, I don't have like this hipster like attitude so much.
You don't
like,
dress like a hipster.
No, yeah,
either.
and I'm just still rocking the Albuquerque fucking Anchor Blues for. I still got Anchor Blues, dog.
Do you
like,
really?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, bro.
I have them, but I like.
I shopped at Anchor Blue exclusively when I was a teenager, bro.
Are you joking, bro?
Right.
Are you rocking the extra baggy or
Right.
the baggy?
Yeah, right.
And then it was like, yo, that was a status symbol.
But that shit didn't last very long because all their stuff, even though I love the way it looked, it's like, you know, I'm gonna say it like Route 21. Your shit doesn't last very long. Just saying, bro.
no.
It don't last, dog.
No, and your K-Swiss your white K-Swiss never got more blue than when you wore their blue.
Right.
Like, if you don't wash those jeans, they're gonna turn your shoes
But it was so
blue.
fly looking, bro.
Hey,
like you put it
bro.
on, and like
You
were.
could tell by the back pocket stitching, it was like unique. So
Right.
you're like, yo, those are the Anchor Blues.
But you weren't as hardcore as the Jinko guys, and you see the Jinko guys, you'd be like, whoa.
Yo, the Jinkos, like, low key, Jinkos are tight if you like if you don't want to carry a purse and you're a female.
Or you want to carry a machine gun.
Yeah,
like
it's
four
like,
of them in each
if
leg.
you want to sneak a fucking, Super Soaker 9 million into a movie theater, you can just fit that bitch in there and your wallet and your keys and
For
probably
any of you youngsters, you
a
Gen
small
Z's
dog.
listening, Jinkos, which are they actually kind of
I was just
came
thinking
up.
the same thing. I was like, I saw him recently in advertising.
Yeah, and I got a buddy of mine, bro. Shout out to Scott. That dude hunts them down, bro. But you can find them on eBay, like the legit old school ones, bro. And
Yo,
they
are
are
they like-
literally pants that are like if my leg is yay,
Oh, yeah, I know.
them Jinkos are like yay.
Yeah, like 3 inches bigger than your shoe size. Definitely. Who knows what shoes you were wearing that day, but you were wearing
like
Jinkos.
skirts on each leg, bro.
No, yeah, and there used to be like levels to it too. Like back when chicks were rocking bell bottoms in
Right.
Albuquerque.
That's kind of what they were. They were like bell bottoms from the fucking hip, is what they were. You
they
could
were
say
like,
that.
yeah. Shout out to the flea market.
Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, it's just it's.
That was what we did, bro. I mean,
It's
that's
just,
where you came from, bro.
Yeah, it's just where I came. It's so stupid. I think about so many things I did like that. Like just like I used to have a Pauly D haircut, and I think even maybe you knew me D. I was like probably right before
Jersey Shore and shit.
but it wasn't. No, okay. So Jersey Shore hadn't even been on TV yet, but I remember being like kind of like thinking I was gonna go a different route in life at first for a little while there, and I remember paying attention to stupid things like like the Gotti brothers reality show, and like they were the first ones. It was like the Gotti. I remember going to the barber and being like, I want the Gotti fro, and like my barber was like, he's my.
I want to tell you something though. I listened to the Five Families. Highly recommend the audiobook. It's called The Five Families.
Okay.
I listened to the origins of those families, including the Gottis, bro. And they don't talk about it enough, but like the Gottis were some savages, bro.
Savages. They were the number one. Yeah, no, and the more you learn about it, obviously it's not like being taught to people and stuff like that, but it's like the Italian mob is they were able to really maintain this like attitude of like, we're gonna handle business, but it's in honor.
It's professional.
It's an
that was
honor.
their key. If you didn't do things
man.
professionally, you'd get whacked, bro. And
Like what the fuck? I'm sorry to just jump right to it, but like it is the exact opposite nowadays in Albuquerque.
Right.
Like it's like nobody has honor. Like I freaking, oh man, it's so frustrating to see that shit. But it's like, I shouldn't say nobody has honor. There's a lot of dudes that still have honor. Shout out to everybody who's just like really just being like concerned with their family, like trying to protect what's theirs, like trying to earn a good living, not trying to take from nobody, because like those are the ones that like still exist. But it's like when you hear kids like getting shot and killed over like $40 or like a swag weed debt on Snapchat and like some like stuff like that,
Right.
or like a $10 beer pong bet
at like 14 or 15, it's like, dude, your whole life is fucking
beer pong,
done,
dog.
dude.
Like beer pong. And you're just like the sheriff recently said that there's been 2. She was like talking about how many deaths there's been this year, and she said there had been 2 deaths due to
over beer pong.
Over beer pong.
Aren't you supposed to bet beer on beer
No,
pong?
yeah, it's like
who's putting money
but that's
up
the
for
thing,
beer
bro.
pong,
You know
dog?
how it is. It's like if you caught somebody off out here, and it's the wrong person. And like it could be an accident. You could be like, yo, I didn't even see homeboy. Like, yo, who's this? And then he literally is right there on the side,
like,
boom, and like, yo, for real.
Clacking that guy
yeah,
up,
if you
bro.
don't, yeah, if you just stay looking straight forward, but if you're from Albuquerque, it's really hard to do that too, because like anybody pulls up
Right.
next to you, you're like, who's this?
I don't even
fucker?
got. Hold on, I got glasses right here. Hold on, this is how it goes, bro. You do this number.
No, exactly. So then, like, and if you do that after like, if you pull out in front of one of these hood motherfuckers, and then you do that and you give them a look, boom, the gat's out, bro. The strap's out.
You better hope you got a nice engine. And
you're lucky if that fool's not shooting his own dashboard out trying to shoot you. Oh, it's crazy.
No, but it goes to show, bro. Like, again, you're speaking from a place of experience where you understand. Especially now, youngsters, bro. Like, they see too much fucking TV.
Yeah, and it's like the internet got everybody fucked up. It's like we're the last generation that like we had to go through middle school without cell phones. It's like,
well, I talk about this all the time. I actually took a typings on a typewriter / keyboard class.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
no,
in middle school.
no.
I remember that. I went to I'm gonna fuck up now. I think it was Jackson Middle School was the last Albuquerque school I went to, and like half of the time
Jackson.
you spent on a typewriter, the other time you spent on a keyboard, and they cover your fingers with the page. And I had this fat bitch teacher. I don't even remember her name. She'd come and yell at me, bro.
No, he said.
And she'd fucking yell at me. You got look at the keys, you know. But now, granted, I work in IT, so y'all can eat my ass
Yeah.
because it
Shout out
fucking
to
works out.
teachers
And I
telling
still
kids anything.
I still look at the keyboard when I type. So
Oh, you do?
Yep.
What, how many words per minute do you type?
I have no idea.
No,
See,
you know.
You know what the thing is I
drop
hide-
drop the flex. How many you do?
No, I don't. This is the thing. People that do data entry and do boring ass, like if you work in a call center, and no hate on you guys, there's a lot of y'all that work in call centers, but there is a lot more that you can do with that skill set that pays a lot more. I want you to understand that. You don't have to stay there. But those guys that are like, they're gods with that typing shit. Let me tell you, man, I don't make money off that. I make money off of my people skills.
Okay.
And I make money in IT because people that when I come around, I'm the outlier when it comes to IT. I'm that guy that they like to have around. They're like, oh, Morgan.
Right.
And they bullshit with me. And while they're bullshitting with me, I'm looking at my hands while I'm typing, but I'm fixing your computer.
Yeah.
And then I leave and I just earn more money than fucking God to go and do your business and walk away.
No,
but I'm not having to go, thank you for calling customer support. This is Morgan. I'm going to help you today. Would you like me to help you out with your password? Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Bill, for calling me a cunt. You know,
No,
like,
really.
There's more to life, bro. And
No,
like,
and there's to be said. I'll say something because I've worked at call centers, but like I'm not.
Hey,
I'm
me
not
too,
defending
bro.
or
I
not
mean,
defending.
yeah.
All I'm saying is like you're right as far as like, hey, it does get mundane or whatever, but it's like some of these people are fucking professional call center agents, bro.
Yes.
Like these, and they're just really like no, but like to your testament, like 110 words per minute,
Yeah.
bro. Like you're like
they fly.
you're like a court reporter. like this is insane. And then
But
and then
let me ask you this: Are you satisfied making $15 an hour, doing the best you? I mean, once you master something, I think
Right.
that you need to challenge yourself again, and that's what I did. I moved into the harder shit. Like I took on like
that's the best way.
I was resetting passwords for a minute after we sold cell phones, right?
yeah.
For all y'all that want to know, I was resetting pass. I mean, that's literally what I did. I had like doctors calling me, bro, and they're like, "I've got my hands inside of body. I need you to reset password," you know. And so like I would reset the password and like help people out. Like that was fun, right? But then like I saw that like okay, and I happened to start off in medical I worked for a hospital call center. I was the guy you call when your computer's broken, and I was getting paid $15 an hour, bro.
There you go.
But I saw the light on the horizon, and I went and did something that, again, imposter syndrome. I was like, fuck, do I know how to go do XYZ? And basically, I became a sysadmin, which you cats that are in IT know what I'm talking about, but you're basically like another level. We talked about levels. You're another level up,
Is that
bro.
to like Cisco like certification and like the testing and stuff
No,
like
you
that?
want to go for something like that. That's money. I don't have one of those, but I know what you're talking about. So if y'all go for a Cisco certification, get
your shit.
Yeah, get your shit. You'll walk out of there with a job, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can master 110 words per minute, you can deal with people's bullshit in a call center. If you can sell cell phones and deal with people fucking bitching and throwing cell phones at you.
You should work for the FBI. For sure.
Right? Like you could also say that you've done those things, bro, and you could go and start a podcast. You can go and build a fucking, a gigantic rap album. I almost said how many songs, bro. I'm gonna hold off on that. I know you want to.
No, you could say it. No, it's the only thing. Yeah, the only thing is like, will you motherfuckers appreciate this? Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna put out these songs if you're gonna listen to the first two.
Right, and then skip it. Don't you be skipping that shit.
Yo, it's
so
like,
so if they
that's
wanted to
attention
find this
spans.
album,
Yeah.
it would be under the Hipster.
Hipster,
banner.
yeah, HIP $TA, and we're not trying to proclaim anything, but it just is definitely something like a persona that I'm okay with, and I'm accepting it, and like it helps me make bangers about like riding in my lowrider because I fucking do experience that shit, but it's like under Jordan Miles, I felt like unless I rapped about like depressing stuff or like drinking beer. Like I was out of character and shit like that.
How does Tentacion? How did he do it? Don't cry, I fucking love you, bro. Like I like his shit, bro. But sometimes I'm like,
who is that?
XXX Tentacion, bro. Yeah, and killer artist.
Yeah, no, he was unique
killer
for
artist.
sure. And he's a niche for sure.
He's a little emo, bro, and not to
certainly, and that's the whole generation. Like since Little Peep is my favorite of all those. Sorry, I'm not talking to the microphone. Little Peep is my favorite personally because his like. He didn't even know he was a rock star, and if you watch his documentary on freaking Netflix, you're like, holy shit! Like this kid just genuinely like made songs when he did drugs, and it's like that's terrible. But the pain that came, because it is like I'm not trying to promote that shit at all. It's like, but the pain that comes out of these people, and then if they're able to manifest it on some of these records, like man, Little People have me in my feels, but. That's like because he comes from a genuine place. Some of these kids, like I don't know if you saw the Pete Davidson skit on SNL where he was like a emo rapper.
Oh yeah,
he's like my mom. That's how it sounded. It's like it's like come on, man.
But see, and I don't like that about the Gen Z stuff. And I may be, and I'm gonna sound like an arrogant asshole here. Sure, call me out. I don't give a fuck. But I think
this
that
guy's going off on this.
But
one.
no, but like I think that there's no room for like. The emotions is cool. The woke culture is cool. The Me Too movement is cool.
Yeah, and I think keep going.
But no, but at one point, like you got to put in the work, and you can't just like a lot of people just want to like sue somebody and get a settlement, and then like do the Instagram thing. Like you got to stop doing that. Sometimes you got to work in a call center. You got to fucking rise to the occasion, and you got to start fucking putting out work. If you want to do something, you got to do it. Like it takes hard work to move the needle in your life, bro. You could be a construction worker, bro, and if you want to be the fucking
if you're trying to be the foreman, bro,
you ain't. You got to put in the work, bro. And I can't stand it when people want to complain about it and say that boo 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 boo. Unless you have some sort of like if you're like what do they call it where you have money your parents gave you, it's in a
inheritance,
something like that. Unless you have that, and it's ridiculous, and I say ridiculous like we're talking like millions of dollars, then I don't want to hear your mouth, because you know what, that lifestyle is not for you unless you earned it, bro. Like I barely have the house that you guys are seeing if you guys are watching the YouTube version of this, but this house that I'm sitting in, I'm 33, it fucking took that long before I could get here, bro. And like it took work and like humility and like getting shit on, bro. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to try to tell anybody that, oh, well, if I just had this and that. Like, my mom was broke as fuck.
The algorithm is the problem. You're like,
bro,
shut up about
you need to get out of it, bro. And don't get me wrong, the music is good because it makes you feel good when you listen to it. I listen to XXX Tentacion, and I listen to it, and I'm like...
Does it really make you feel good? I feel like it makes you feel... But it's like, and it's a strong feeling, but most of the times it's not good.
Yeah, put your head there, but don't stay there.
And that's what I don't like is like, like that's what I feel like they're teaching, not teaching, but it's like, man, you grow up like me or any of these dudes, like you're going to want to be like your favorite rapper. So it's like, if you want to be like that guy, it's like, or even like Juice WRLD is another good example who I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, Juice WRLD,
But it's like, he's not saying nothing too excitingly happy, and even like his biggest song, it was like the biggest song in the world for a little while there, the Lucid Dreams, like that song is dark, and that just seems to be like the wave right now, and I'm just like, why is it cool to be unhappy? Like let's all just fucking smile.
Well, and I'll take it to a metal location, bro. Like Randall Blythe, bro, the lead singer of Lamb of God. When I was a kid, bro, I worshiped this guy, bro.
Lamb of God, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, dude, and so Lamb of God was huge for me, and like I have friends that can attest to this, especially Burqueños, bro. They were big here. Yeah, like even Slipknot, bro. And like you look back, and those types of cats were, in terms of individuals, the singers, the lyrics, the guys writing these things, they were fucking they were fucked up, and a lot of them have come through a lot of like, they've grown up, they've gotten sober, bro. Like Randy's sober, I think. Last I knew, Corey Taylor, lead singer of Slipknot, sober now, bro. Used to drink a fifth of Jack Daniels a day, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like burned through marriages, burned through kids. How much time did you fuck off, bro? And it's like, these are the people I idolize, bro. And I'm like, even like, let's go back to Kanye, bro. And like even Jay-Z with his 444 album and cheating on the fucking hottest bitch in the whole planet, bro. Excuse me, she's not a bitch. I misspoke. Beyonce is a goddess, and but he cheated on his chick, bro. Who like any of us could not dare ever. Like if she even looked at you, bro, I'd be like, oh, you know. Like, I'm just saying, like these people.
I have an opinion about that too. Like as far as like the specifics of the Jay-Z situation, it's just because, and I gotta just say it right quick. This is just a testimony.
Do it,
y'all. Women out there are not. No, there are a lot. Many beautiful, great, well-minded women out there, but there are a few who are not concerned with who you might be with, or how long you might have been with them, or what your situation is, or even like, and they're blatant about it, and then they're just,
what do you mean context? Give me some context,
bro. I'm just saying, like nowadays it's like acceptable for girls to be like, I'm a side chick. Right?
I got you.
And it's like
or like to try to like team up with another chick to be with the guy.
Like if a girl knows that you're like taken, it's not, and I'm sorry, ladies, I love you guys, like, but it's like, it seems like more and more, it's not always just like a deal breaker. And
it's like a challenge.
Yo, yeah. And the next thing you know, you're like being tempted because like this girl just wants to like have her moment with you, but you're like, dude, I got a family. Like, like, not speaking from experience or anything. No, I'm joking, but no.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you're making sense, because like, how many times have you seen it happen to where, like, speaking about the Jay-Z thing, like,
that's my opinion. It's like, yo, everybody in the world knows he's with Beyonce.
Right.
So like, why is any girl even trying to?
You saying Becky with the good hair, bro? Come on.
Yeah. Why is she trying? Why is she even trying to do anything with Jay-Z? Because she know everybody in the world knows, but it's obvious, especially with that. Nobody could say like, oh, I didn't know he had a no or anything like that. I thought he said he was single. Yeah, that's one thing. If like a dude's lying, and then that's but everybody in the world knows who he's with. So whoever that girl is just blatantly disregarding that whole relationship on like a woman level, and that's like becoming more and more prevalent. And that's what it's just like, it is harder than ever to be not
monogamous, I guess, but monogamous and loyal are two different things, I guess, because
it's hard in this town too, because there's a lot of like traditional Catholic, like values, and everybody's just gonna be
I'm gonna go tangent just a teensy bit here. I think I'm
losing it too.
That kind of shit takes off, because if you're gonna do the whole religion thing, bro, y'all can have opinions. Again, I don't care. This is my podcast. My whole thing about opinions is that when you look at like monogamous things, the religion part of it is huge, but when you got into that marriage, were you ready to be with that person? Like, I've seen people that have gotten with somebody and in 3 months are married. And because of the church, you're not going to get divorced because it looks bad for your family. But I always say a rule of thumb, and I'm going to teach some of you youngsters something: go through a fucking Christmas with this person. Go through a Christmas with this person before you're married, and have that situation where you're meeting the uncles, you're meeting the moms and the dads or whatever the fucking family situation is. You're adopted. I don't give a fuck. Go through that situation. Once you go through that situation, you find out a lot about people. When you go through those holidays or any other test like that, go on a vacation with the family.
This is facts, guys.
Yeah, because if you go through those situations and then you meet these people, then you're like, okay, I'm going to be hooked with this person. I've been with my wife for 13 years. We've been married for 10 next year. And I don't know how many fucking times I've come to recognize the differences between my in-laws and myself, and I've either got to do one of two things. I got to accept it, or I've got to fucking move on. And I wanted my wife more, bro. And and you know what I mean? And like, there's a lot of times when people will like get these pressures from family, like where they even will try to push you off, like, oh, well, you could find something better than this motherfucker. Bro. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're gonna,
aunties are never happy with no one.
Nobody, bro.
Unless she goes and gets you a plate, and she's going, like, she didn't get you a plate at the dinner, and did you see how did you see how she did Jordan?
Right.
She didn't even get him a plate. I don't like her.
I don't like her.
I don't think
No.
she's
She's not the one.
It's hard out here. But so yeah, Christmas, bro, you go to a Christmas, especially if it's like somebody with a decent sized family in this town, it's like you're gonna find out exactly why they are the way they are.
Exactly.
And you're like, okay, this all makes sense now. And as long as that's not like,
And you could take Catholic values and sub them for Christian values or Baptist values, Jewish values, Muslim values. I mean, you could take all of these
just
different
that idea
values.
that it's like a man and a woman, and it's
Right.
they're sacred, and there's
Because that girl or that guy's got a mommy
fouls.
and daddy, and those people are going to project their values on that person, even at 25, 33, 40,
Yeah.
and they're going to continue to do it.
And like the mass media used to be really bad about it. And like recent years, it's getting better and better. But it's like only kids in cartoons saw mommy and daddy.
Right.
Or, there was no single dads. There was
Right.
it was like Full House had a single dad, but it was like that was like pretty groundbreaking because everybody was like, "Yo, where's the mom?"
Right. Well, and I'm the kid that was sitting there on Father's Day and was like watching kids with their dads, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
what do I do with this? And even still, like I found my dad. You guys know this on the podcast. I found my dad through a fucking genetic test like 3 years ago. I don't think I've told you this.
No,
I found out I got
shout
4
out.
siblings.
Hey,
Half siblings that I never knew about, and all of them are actually fucking amazing people. And
That's so dope.
but it's the thing where like at 31 or 2, whatever I was when I found these guys, it's like where do I place you in my life? You know what I mean?
Right,
and it's
right.
like I couldn't imagine. Like even my dad now has totally different values than I would have thought he had.
Yeah.
And then what would he have thought of my wife initially? What would he have thought about some of the dumb shit I did when I was a kid, bro?
right.
Like would
And
that have
what
steered me
influence would
differently?
that have had on
Yeah.
you? Because that's where like you just I don't know. It's like being a dad now, especially being a dad of a girl. Because I see your girls
Yeah.
and it's like, yo, that's
Hard.
Yo, you just be like, you start thinking about the old days. You're like, yo, they were all daughters.
Yep.
They were all, this
Yep.
is terrible. Like,
And they all told their daddies, "No, I'm
no,
just gonna go hang with some friends.
bro,
I'm fine."
Fuck that. You come trying to sneak in my house one day with my little girl. I'm like, yeah,
Barbed wire and alarms everywhere.
This is-
So all this stuff
It's
said,
still, but hey, I'm still, ready for whatever. So don't be coming on my.
clack.
Yeah, I don't
Shotgun
care if you're
ready.
13 and scared as shit. If you jump in my little girl's window, you can I can't
no,
take
Your Honor, I thought he was a vagrant trying to climb in the window.
Yeah, I felt threatened for my life.
I did know Thomas from years before, but I did not recognize him in the dark when I shot his
my
ass.
daughter mentioned him once, and that's all I ever heard of him. Boom.
Sorry for all your Thomases out there.
Yeah, that's
So do you feel like we tangented a bit? Do you what do you feel like inspired this version of you? This version of these 33 some odd songs that you got coming out, bro? Like this is a huge amount of work
yeah.
that you did in a year, bro.
Yeah.
Like you went
Yeah,
into
yeah.
you went into the kitchen and you started chopping it up, bro. Talk to me.
Like real talk. Okay, so like I have this life changing situation that happened, and so if I gotta just like categorize it, right now, and it would be people's belief in me, and so that's what changed my attitude at this point in my life is because I've always had support. I've been able to sell tickets. Like I've always been impressive to like promoters, like when they're like, "Oh, well, here's this many tickets, and let me know if you need more." And then I always need more. And like it was fun to do that. It felt good to do that. But then, like with now, but what I'm saying, like real supporters, what happened? I'll just say what happened. It was like so, like I'm in like a borderline depression, come like COVID time because I had not made music in 4 years. Now I didn't recognize it at the time. I'm not thinking like, oh well, I need to find music. I just know that I'm just like, man, like no.
You're
reward.
not you and shit.
Yeah, there ain't no reward in anything. It doesn't matter what I accomplish. It's just like, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I think a lot of us could relate, bro.
Yeah, and so and the cool thing is like hopefully a lot of people have friends like my friends because like I have a couple close friends who stayed in music, a couple buddy who went to Full Sail and he was out in Atlanta doing some recordings, and then I have a couple other friends that are just like, yo, there was always a cypher or like a circle of us at some one of our houses, and it was like the dudes who like you learned how to rap with.
Yeah.
And it was like late April. I think it was like early May. It was like May something of 2020. They like tricked me into getting on the Spike what is it, Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tricked me to get on this Zoom call, and I didn't know about Zoom, so I was like, okay, I'll talk to him. And it was my one homie Brandon. He was in Atlanta, so I was ready to see him. And then it's like Hollywood Squares on the screen because like 9 people show up, and I'm like the last person in this, but it's all the homies, and it's like they're all over the place nowadays. Some of them are cinematographers, some are literally working for Nike, like getting like native kids to run and doing really, but like most of them are not rapping, but they all came on this
like
Zoom
the media
call,
train kind of
and
thing.
it was like my homie Brandon, who's like the dude in Atlanta, he just like plays a beat and he's like, all right, go ahead, Jay. And like they're just like trying to get me to rap, and I'm just like, that's at the time I'm just like, you assholes, like I'm like kind of slightly irritated, and then so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go first, like I don't even know what's going on. So then like my homies, again, they're not rappers, but they always used to spit freestyles, so they're spitting their little freestyles, and it's whatever. And then I think I was gonna go last, but then I was like the second or third person. And they just was like, I was like, let me fucking show these. Like I was just like, let me do this shit. So I fucking just start spitting, and like, man, I had one verse for like 4 years where I wrote this verse about Albuquerque, and I talked about like it was just like and at every house party I was pulling out I call it the Albuquerque way verse. But I held on to that shit for 4 years. I hadn't made no new music, but it was like, there were still times where people were like, yo, you're a rapper. I don't know. You just have one that you go to. So that shit lasted me 4 years. This one fucking verse. And then I was so writer's block. And the reason I'm saying that is because like after this Zoom call, we went around the cypher 2 or 3 times. Like it was crazy. I'm just like on cloud 9, bro. Like literally, I'm just like, oh man, I was just.
You forgot how much
like
you liked
looking
it, bro.
in the mirror. You see Tupac in the mirror, bro. You're like, hey, dog, you're like, who's? No, I'm just kidding. But like, it's like. You just feel great about like, and it's just this confidence that it comes from anything in life. Like I shouldn't say anything, but like people can find it in their own lives, even if they're not like, spitting, raps, well, or whatever. It's like but it's like, just when you're just like, I am good at this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I am good at this shit. So then continuing on is like, then like a series of weird fucking events happen that I cannot explain that are like, it's like the universe telling me like this is the right choice, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm having the moment where I'm like, am I still gonna go against it and just like go get hired back at such and such? And
Yeah.
you
don't want to sell cell phones, bro.
No,
Fuck
and
that noise.
no, real shit. Stop bitching about $37 bills, bro. Come on. No, I'm joking.
You signed the motherfucking contract.
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
And so like I'm like, I have this Zoom call. Then I go to my dad's because he wants me to go pick up like this bag of clothes that he found somewhere. And I was actually like pretty excited because it was like, I lived at my dad's when I was like, going to middle school. So I'm like, a bag of clothes. So I go and it's like old Rockaware track jackets and shit.
Anchor Blue.
Yeah, no, I was like, but there was like a dope fucking cowboy starter jacket that I was like, yo, I'm wearing, I kept that fucking. And then there was this fucking stack of CDs. Like for some reason, like those old burnt CD, like, cases that are like you could buy them and they came in the little sleeve,
lime green and orange and shit like that.
Yeah, and so it's just like this thing that holds blank CDs and it's got like 7 CDs on it, and I'm just like, what the? So I'm looking at them and they got my handwriting on them, but it's like my first project I ever did was when I was 18 years old. It's called the $10 Space Trip, and that is like so sacred to me. And like I see like
$10 space trip.
Yeah, yes, we can move on. But no, and I see it, and like it's my handwriting and it says $10 Space Trip beats. So it's the beats before I recorded to him that my buddy Phil, who was on that call, had like made me 12 years ago.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
And I'm just like, these are the fucking beats. And there's songs that I didn't even put on the album that are like still like in my mind great beats, but it's like, I don't know. We were doing this like hip hop EDM thing, but like way before it was.
Yeah, but like if you take I Got 5 on it and try to release it now, it may not work, bro.
Exactly.
Like I want it to work, but you don't know. So
and,
it was a moment in time.
Yeah,
bro.
it was a moment in time, and we loved it. I have a song called Mind Eraser. It's on all major platforms. Like if you go listen to that, it's like if Skrillex and Ludacris are making songs back in 2008.
Okay.
Know? And it's like we really did like dubstep and fucking EDM. So anyway,
wop 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 wop.
yeah, exactly. It goes Mind Eraser, wow 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 wow, like just, and that was the thing. You just fucking hit the fucking oscillator, and then you just
it's like robots fucking, bro.
Yo, my homie used to study this dude Rusko, and he's my best friend, and my beat maker Phil. He's like, I've been with him making music my whole life. But he like studied this dude Rusko, and it was just like the early stages of dubstep wasn't just like all these noises. It was just one fucking bass that you loved, like one solid bass tone, and then you got that fucking pitch blend, and you said,
yeah,
and like you'd be like, oh damn, he's killing it, and homie would be like,
wow.
And so it's like, we love that shit. And I'm glad I'm bringing that up because that's still a part of my music. Like if you guys fuck with this new project coming out, it's actually called Red Zia Symbol. I don't think we had said that yet, but I'm really kind of excited about that name because that's like my put that
Shout out to Santa Fe Brew,
bro. If I didn't have to be New Mexican, or if it's like, even if I wanted to be, I'm a fucking Albuquerque fucking
Burqueño, bro.
Yeah, it is a Burqueño, but it's like really, it's just like.
But what you're saying is that you got inspiration from picking up these albums and listening to some beats and then fucking.
So let me get back to the story. So then that is what happened. So then I find this one particular one, which was from my friend Brandon, who at the time is, recording like Lil Durk and these like huge rappers in Atlanta because he went to Full Sail and he just chasing the dream. Like we're all dreamers.
Shout out to Full Sail, Spider, Marcos, my boy.
Oh yeah, it's like you're chasing the dream. Like that's the way to make a living in music. So it's like good for him. And then, he made me a beat like when I was 18 years old, and it was a very symphonic beat. It had all these violins and keyboards. Not one sound was not acoustic. There was no synthesizer, nothing. And he did it on piano. And I remember it was kind of like a flex for him to be like, he's like, yo, and he didn't know what to call it. And I just heard it, and I was like, yo, that's the lyrical symphony. That's, it's yet to be determined if it is. It's right now it's the sonic symphony, but it's like, so then that song always meant a lot to me, but I never like felt like I did it justice. I would write shit to it and I'd be like, no, it's not good enough. And then it just fell by the wayside, but I find it on a beat, and it just like, when it starts playing, it just like feels like I'm 16 again. So when I play that fucking song,
now you're saying,
now,
okay,
exactly, yeah. And I hear that beat come on, zoom, 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 and it's like this violin. I was just like, no way. So I right away email it to my homie Brandon. He's like, dude, I lost that beat. I haven't had it in like 5 years. He's like, I'm so happy you sent this to me. Crazy story is like the next day I get an email from him that says surprise, right? And so he was so excited with my enthusiasm that he got the beat, chopped it up, remade it into a better beat and a more current beat with like fucking 808s and shit.
Damn.
And then it was like surprise. And that was the first song I wrote to in 4 years.
Damn.
So
which gave birth basically to this double album that's about to come.
Like,
what's it called? What's the album called?
It's called Red Zia Symbol.
The whole album is called Red Zia Symbol.
The whole album. I was gonna do this like family tradition thing because a lot of you'll hear a lot in the music. I'm just talking about my experiences with my family, but it's like, at the end of the day, Red Zia Symbol just has like shown itself to be like the right choice because just like how the song came to, it was all by accident. Like all that song and everything is just like, well, I kind of fucked up like cutting up this one sample I wanted to actually take, and I cut the totally wrong spot. But then when it played, it was like, it was like,
it worked. Yeah.
And I was like floored, but it wasn't anything I did on purpose.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, that's the magic though. Like I saw Quincy Jones talking on his documentary, and he's like, yo, you got to leave 10% open, like 90% in on an idea, because that 10% is for whatever you believe in, like God. And he's like, cause you don't know where it'll take you. You think you're going to write a song about this or that, and you'll just, and so I was kind of like trusting it. I was like having my Quincy Jones moment, and then that Red Zia Symbol. And so like, it's who I am inside. It's who I want to be represented as. It's the town and the people who I love the most. It's just so appropriate to do it that because it just feels right,
So this is the name of the album, but this is the name of the song.
The song, yeah.
That's in particular.
It all came from the song.
You want to throw that on? Because just to let you guys know, this is going to be is this the premiere?
Yeah,
this is the premiere, right?
Absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah. Shout out to the fucking people pursuing greatness, because I really appreciate the opportunity to debut this song. It's a hip hop song. It's a rap song, and it is.
Burqueño is fuck.
Yeah, no, it's just something that like if you're from this town, like it might mean something to you. I hope it does, because like at the end of the day, this is the stuff that we all like, you know, are really proud of, that I can get behind. I can't get behind some of this like nonsense, but it's like, yo, a Red Zia symbol is something that I'm pretty sure we all like.
We're unique as fuck with that, bro.
Yeah, you either have it tattooed on your elbow or your kneecap.
Well, I've had Jonathan Sims on. Shout out to you, Jonathan, bro. Tell me about the history of how the Zia symbol was actually taken from the Zia people. And
I actually heard that recently too.
Yeah, and it's heavy because as much as the way it was done was wrong, it does represent this state in a way that you know, you can't take it back. Like, how many people have it tattooed and on their vehicles, and white, black, Hispanic, I mean, Asian, like, it doesn't matter, bro. Like it represents this place, and we are unique as fuck, bro. I mean, it's like your Texas Star, if you will, bro.
No, exactly.
I mean,
it's exactly the same as the Texas Star, and it's like, it is easy to like, well, I'm sorry, I need to talk. But no, it's like easy to make it into, well, no, actually, I respect everything. I respect everything that was said by the Zia Pueblo and everything that they expressed, as far as like, you know, none of us really have permission to use that symbol, and it's like, it's sacred to their tribe, and absolutely that's 100% valid. You know, I will also say, like,
but you can't change where the fuck you were raised. No, neither exactly. Can I, bro.
Like, I mean, you know, and like the flag means so much to us. It's one of these things where they got to, they don't have to. Don't let me speak on anybody else, but I would say it would be a good idea to understand that, like, yo, this shit means so much more than what you guys expected it to mean, and that's only a good thing.
So, like, what you're saying, bro, is that essentially this song, you know, it speaks to a lot of different themes that we've talked about in the last hour. But if we were to put it on, what's the title of the song?
So it's Red Zia Symbol, and I'm not being rude and telling you that we've said it twice now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's the song specifically.
Shout out, I'll say it 20,000 times. Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol. You're going to hear it 99 more times when the song plays, because it's fucking Red Zia Symbol till I die. And like, that's just life. But anyway, it's Red Zia Symbol, and it is, like we were talking about, the song's kind of accidental. It's something that just kind of came to that, and I trusted, and I genuinely love, I love a lot, like, I love a lot about it, but it's just ultimately a very Albuquerque song. Now, that being said, I'm like obsessed with that idea right now. Like, I just have to find every song that ever existed on earth that says the word Albuquerque or 505 or like I'm even listening to Weird Al, dude, and I'm just like, can I sample Weird Al?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
It kind of shits on us, but it's all right. Hey, Weird Al, it's okay, bro. We're still okay.
Still love you, bro.
Yeah, we still kind of like you. No, so yeah, the song Red Zia Symbol, I'm excited to play it for y'all. I can go ahead and get it started now. It's
hit it, bro.
Yeah, we'll just get it going here. Let's just fucking play it.
Red Zia Symbol and the Red Zia Symbol and the Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, I've been reppin' Albuquerque since my shell toes had Velcro. Red Zia Symbol, 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 Red Zia Yeah, now it's the symbol of the summer, instrumental going dumb. It's coincidental that I become a mental with the drum, temperamental with the gun. I'm in my bag, but I am scum. Sentimental to the flag that represents where I'm from, cause it is not a flag on the play of valid penalty. Potentially the reason that you disappear, essentially. Never accidentally, I rep my state monumentally. I'm stacking W's sequentially. Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow. If you from out of town, you better back down, fellow. If you disrespect, you'll hear the fucking strap sound echo. See a Zia Symbol if you connect all my freckles. Yeah, I spit that petro. Yeah, I roam the metro. Sticky fingers like a gecko, holding on to what you let go. Be the last motherfucker when the dust settles, with the floor full of petals and a neck full of medals. Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol. People hear about Albuquerque, wanna talk about Heisenberg, but that shit's old already, and I addressed it in a prior verse. Kinda like that one food that you hate but never tried it first. Spit that shit like all the greats, but still I look like Wyatt Earp. But in this town, that combination's nothing but appropriate. Speak Spanish with associates and never take an opiate. Comfy in the setting, snuggle up, that shit's the coziest. Amount of work is copious, the nights I feel with loneliness. By the Red Zia Symbol, swear that I'll respect the flag. Keep my family out the mud, watch my back, protect the bag. A town full of fighters, so don't come here trying to flex or brag. Albuquerque is an octagon and we will check your ass. In every other category, finish somewhere next to last. It's cool if you don't go to school, just better learn to whip that ass. Flip that pack and get that cash. You the man, you living fast. Just make sure if you let it go, you gonna get it back.
Red Zia Symbol in the Red Zia Symbol in the Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow. I've been ripping Albuquerque since my shell toes had bells. Red Zia Symbol, 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 Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow. Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol. Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol, Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow, background yellow. Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow, background yellow. Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow, background yellow. Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow, background yellow. Red Zia Symbol in the background yellow, background yellow, background yellow. I've been repping Albuquerque since my shell toes had bills.
It's because like I listen to the song on repeat and I forget my password to turn it off. Where's the fucking play button? There we go. We got that shit. Nah, that's Red Zia Symbol. That song is
It's a fucking banger, bro.
Banger, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
We don't have enough. Like honestly, there's not enough stuff out there that like makes like New Mexico proud kind of stuff. Like you know, like there's some badass dudes out there that are doing some stuff, bro. And I won't even mention any names. But the thing is like they cite Albuquerque, but they're not almost like it's almost like they're talking about how they came up in that place and then they may have left. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily. A lot of times they want to like appeal to a bigger like demographic, but this song is just for Albuquerque. Yeah,
like, it's not just for Albuquerque. Like anybody in the world, listen to it, understand that the Zia Symbol means a lot to people in this town, and like if you're from this town, you know what that shit means. And I need to see you like literally punching like little babies at the nightclubs this summer to this Red Zia Symbol. Y'all need to be doing backflips out of VIP and shit because that's what I want to see from it. Because I really feel like. Yeah, it's
a banger, bro.
No,
well, you and we're listening to fucking from the laptop, but you guys are gonna hear the full lossless version of this. So I'm gonna try to phase in some of that commentary, but you're gonna hear the high def.
I'm just like, no, we were just all talking about dumb shit.
We're talking shit. But the thing about
I wasn't talking about you, baby. I promise. No, I'm just.
I love you, baby. I'm sorry.
Yo, I gotta stop. Ask me a question, bro. Like, ask me a question. Like, what's up?
So
let me ask you a question.
Talk to me. Interview the interviewer.
Yeah. So how has it been? No. That's the dumbest shit I ever said. 53. Do you expect to be at 100 one day?
I say yes because I'm one of those people that I've and I may have not ever said this on the podcast, but I expect to be a polymath. I don't know if you know what a polymath is, but
nope.
A polymath is basically somebody. Watch. Let me get y'all, motherfucker. Hey, right here. Give me some New Mexico brewery. Shout out Marble Brewery and Santa Fe Brew. Santa Fe Brew, you're alumni. Marble Brewery, they never hit me back up, so I'm just throwing it out there. But y'all are still Burkeños. Red Zia Symbol. Red Zia Symbol.
I might as well. The name of the song could have been Double White. No, I'm just kidding. That's
7K IPA. 7K IPA.
Oh shit! Don't even, bro. Think of the remix options. Like, there's so many remix availability. I could be like red, green, chili, red, green, chili. Like, I could do anything, bro. It's like, Yeah, and also if you're a rapper and like you're really from this town, and I know who those motherfuckers are, but it's like, hit me up, bro. If you want to get on the remix, hit me up. We're gonna do an Albuquerque remix. We're gonna have all your favorites on there. Everybody from Northeast, South, and West, and yeah, we're gonna make this a thing. This Red Zia Symbol. I'm pretty pumped,
bro. That's all that matters is that you're fucking bringing in people that actually are from this. They're from this
it's
town,
not all
bro.
that matters, brother.
It kind of is.
No,
because the song is about fucking New Mexico,
no, to
bro.
Burquiños, yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I put that. That's everything.
all sick, bro.
That's all. I put that on everything. No, and that's real shit. Like, I hear what you're saying now. For a second, I was just like, there's other things that matter in life.
No, there's a lot of things that matter in life.
No,
for
and
sure,
I'm joking, but no, with this song, it is just like, hey, yeah, it's like, yeah, if I don't get like commercial appeal or any kind of numbers, but then like some dude will approach me at the grocery store and is just like, fucking, Red Zia Symbol gives me like the fucking fist, like the Sammy Sosa like hit on the chest, bro, I'm straight like that. We did it.
I apparently don't have internet. Do you have internet on there? My own internet at my fucking house is not working. That's awesome.
I gotta stop burping in the microphone. Hey, shout out to these happy campers because
they're fire.
Yeah, I always forget, and then I taste it. I'm just like,
they're like 8
the
or 9%.
OG. They're like the OG.
Shout out to Santa Fe Brew. My boy Brian over there cooking away some of that brew. Hell yeah.
No, it's an artwork. Like that's something that Albuquerque is doing really well, and shout out to that because like, yeah, we're not trying to just talk about bullshit.
But back to it, Polymath is basically, and I don't have the fucking definition because my internet doesn't work.
Polymath,
what I want to be is somebody that just knows a lot about a lot of things, bro. And I'm not an expert in any of these things that I talk about, bro. But the reason why I bring on the people that I do is because I'm interested in a lot of shit. Like I work in IT, bro, but I'm in the same cycle every day. I wake up, I go to work. Excuse me, I do the same thing all the time, and I like the fact that the podcast allows me to flex that freak muscle where I can actually like fuck with people that do things that maybe at one point I may have wanted to be a musician. Maybe at one point I wanted to be an actor. Maybe I wanted to be a director. Maybe I wanted to be in any one of these, a music promoter. I wanted to be,
I love it.
Yeah, dude. And
Dream,
what,
bro. Dream.
Yeah, and what's cool is you're almost living through these things vicariously, which, from a distance, if you will. But like to be a polymath is to like talk about fucking, I would have knowledge on a lot of different subjects, and you always have that arrogant fuck that's always trying to say that he knows things, but
well, yeah, it's hard not to just be like, why do you want to be a know-it-all more?
Yeah, bro, exactly. And it's like, but beyond that, like not to be like corny and generic, but like Joe Rogan's podcast, bro, he talks to a lot of different people, and I think that's hot because
inspirational.
What he does is he is touching on a lot of different bases that. There's lifetimes that have been spent learning to be and do the things that like you do, bro. Like you're a musician and I'm not a musician in any way, shape or form. Like I learned how to scream properly to where I don't lose my voice. I could be in a metal band right now. Yeah. Sure. That's a great skill, but it stopped when I was 19 or 20, bro. And then that was the end of my, like, if you want to call it a musical career.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I still have a mad interest in music, and that's why, like, when I created People Pursuing Greatness, which it used to be a Perch of Birds, but I created People Pursuing Greatness because I wanted to try to identify people, and let's call them local, bro. Like, local is a lot of the people that I pick up, a lot of people that I grew up with, sure, but at the end of the day, you guys are still doing something that I'm not, and you guys are pursuing a greatness, like. I don't know if you're going to be the next Kanye, bro, but that doesn't matter to me. Like, the fact that you're chasing that dream is huge, bro. Like, mad shout out to you and your efforts, and the fact that you're like a dad, and you came back from like a lot of challenges to be the person that you are, bro. Like, I love people that have your type of story, bro, and everybody has a story like that, and to identify people like that and bring them on. But that's why I see myself getting to episode 100.
That's a super, and episode 100 is coming for sure. That was a good answer.
Appreciate
because
you, bro.
That last thing you said about like just your open mindedness towards everything, like, man, that's like so key. Like, it's like who's anybody to tell somebody that they're wrong about whatever it is. They, obviously there are some wrong things. Like, I'm not saying like we don't even have to go there, but it's one of these things where it's like, man, it's just like a dreamer mentality, like, and the thing is people might think like that's like lazy and I don't know, like kind of like it's hippie. That's why I went with the word hipster. Like, it's like, because that's how I'm viewed. I'm viewed as this guy that's just like, without a job, not providing for his family, like not doing this. But then you're just like, like I'm
But you just put out a fucking double album, bro.
Yeah, like and like literally I make a song a day, if not 2 songs a day, no BS. And I'm literally writing like 6 verses, and like the notes in my phone were 0 when I started, and now they're at 336.
Yeah.
So it's like I got 336 verses that I wrote on my phone, and it's like, I'm not trying to like super flex. I'm just saying like, yo, if you're LeBron and you shoot in the fucking gym every day and you shoot free throws, you might just make that free throw when the playoffs come around, you know?
Right.
And I'm just trying to make.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. So let me hear something.
Shit.
Let me hear something.
Yeah,
Where's that acapella? Come on, hit me.
Just an acapella? Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Be like, oh no, you're not gonna beatbox on this shit. No. But it's like, every day is ordinary. Every day is ordinary. Nothing ever happened. Oh shit! No, we're gonna reduce every day is ordinary. Oh no, I got it. No, we should put that fuck up in there just to humble me. But no, it's like every day is ordinary. No, it's every day is ordinary. No risk, no thrill. When it happens, only momentary. Happiness is only temporary, and the agony is real till my name in the obituary. I cremated a track, then spread the ashes on rappers not using the outlet as therapy. Come back down from the ledge, yo, you scaring me. Take a deep breath, gotta see this with clarity, cause realness a rarity, extreme regularity and genuine sincerity still doesn't guarantee prosperity, popularity, celerity. I know you gotta see the similarities, but until they bury me, I'll keep spitting kerosene. Apparently, he didn't even know the severity, because now he's dead. He's slumped over the steering wheel of his 93 Cherokee. Bear with me. Life's never really been fair to me. I wish you all would stop comparing me. Stuck in the quarantine with no extended warranty. Yo, I like literally came up with this shit last night. No, real shit, I really did, and like I love it, and I have it.
Yeah, bro.
It's
No,
like,
that's the fucking shit.
Oh yeah, stuck in the quarantine, no extended warranty, because if shit breaks down, then you die, motherfucker. Hey, your mom looking to the sky, motherfucker, saying why, motherfucker, why? And like, yo, that was just like some shit. That was some shit. I'm gonna no, you know what? Remember I was talking about that Albuquerque Way verse, and I was like, that verse that lasted me 4 years. Yeah. That's my verse. Like if I don't do it on my interview, it's just my Albuquerque shit. So it's like, grew up young and clueless, wavy like a cruise ship. Hold up, here's my 2 cents. I say, take it. Please do not confuse it with the others that you've taken. What I'm making is a movement. Yo, I do this. Penetrating ears like a Q-tip on some new shit. Rappers make excuses, then they end up tying nooses. A nuisance from Canada to cruises. Damn, I don't think they thought the ginger really do this. Now I'm cruising on Tuesday, looking in the eyes of Medusa. That just means I'm really stoned for you cats that never knew her. I'm drinking all my coffee with Kahlua. Like a rap Game of Thrones, but I feel like Rick the Ruler. I maneuver with shooters, sipping on Henny, call it brown. That's funny, because they drunker than Cuda. Never stole shit, but they some bottom line boosters. El Manante, El Diablo, no rooster. That line is for a paisa. He makes my pocket nicer. But also for my hood and for my city, for my lifers, for my youngins out there grinding every day, you getting nicer. He did his thing, he stacked some bread, and then he went and copped a Chrysler. But that's the Albuquerque way.
Yeah.
That's the Albuquerque way. And that's the only way I know. That's the only way it goes when you're from New Mexico. When you're so close to the border, everything is for the low. It's where the balloons always glow. It's Broken Bad. It's not a show.
Yeah.
Yo,
my dog.
One of those, yo,
blowing it up, bro.
Yeah, no. Hey.
This is why I brought this guy on. Y'all don't even know. This guy, hipster.
Yeah, I really hipster. I love to rap, and I really do try to be the best rapper I can be. And so I push myself. I do things to like just get better.
I love your control. That's the thing that I like about your rap. Like I see people that like you are the whitest, gingerest dude I know, bro. And your face doesn't turn bright purple, and you're not fucking like gassed all. Like, you know, like you could tell when somebody can handle their business, bro. Like from the metal side of the house, bro, you see people that can do metal vocals and they just fucking explode, bro. And they're like sweating and dying, bro. And you can almost say the same thing. Trying real hard, bro. And it's like, I want to sound so fucking, I want to get in this microphone. Like, it's just too much, bro.
Let me think about everything I'm doing right
now. You know, and like they talk about, I might be tangenting a bit, all right? Y'all, this is what this episode's been about, apparently.
This is a tangent episode. I'm coming back on this bitch and tangenting more.
But the thing that they talk about with rapping and especially freestyling is that it's akin to when people are speaking tongues or they're praying, because you hit this spot that is in a positive place that they still don't have the science to understand to say whether or not what you're doing has any sort of like meaning or any definition. It really comes from the heart, and it's something that is undefinable, bro. And like when you hear somebody like do something like what the hipster Mr. JB Miles over here did, it's like, it's amazing, because I love to see shit like that. I've seen this guy tear people down in battles before, and if you just give him something to play, I wish I had some fucking beat in the background, but it's a skill, man. And it's like with me with interviewing, like you have to work on it, bro. There's no just easy way to like ease into something like that. But in the same breath, you asked me about that question of where do I see myself with the 100th episode? Where do you see yourself after this double album? And do we have more to come? What do you got on the horizon, bro?
You know, it's a thing where like I'm getting older, and I love my family, and I don't want to. You know, I don't know what I want. Don't let me even speak on that, because it's like, who knows what the future comes. But it's like, at the end of the day, I would love to be working on a new project. I have the songs ready for this project. They're already good to go. And then it's like, I told myself I was going to stop making music. And I told my chick this too. Like I'm like, yo, after this album, I'm not going to be on the computer all the time. But then I'm like, yo, low key, like the songs are done. And I'm just like, last night I'm up late, like even just working on some, I'm gonna just say it, this hard ass remix to the fucking old Dukes theme, where it's like the Dukes are coming out, yeah, and like y'all ain't ready for that shit. I'm just saying right now, but it won't come out for a long time anyway. But yeah, that's I just can't stop making music, and so it's like hopefully the people like enjoy the songs, and like the revenue from like maybe a streamer here or there, like if you guys want to go online and download it and all that shit.
I guess that's the question, bro. Like, where do people find
it's
this
like,
new album that's coming out?
I'll be honest, if this shit flops and like I just get like no response from it, it's gonna be pretty heartbreaking, and then I'm gonna probably like have a hard time finding the motivation for a new one. But I'm just saying, like, super flop, like I'm just saying, like, yo, like I don't even get like a like on a post or some shit, which I don't expect it to, but like it's like. But then depending on the success, it's like, yo, this is where my life is going to go. It's like, if this shit resonates, let's go. If it doesn't resonate, man, I love everybody. I love the music. I love everything that I do with it. It's just
Thanks
like,
for coming out.
I also love my babies too. And I also love, like, you know, the idea of like peace at some point. And I don't know. You're
not hinging your existence on the success of this album, but it's a fucking double album.
Well, no,
bro.
I am though. I'm fucking. That's the whole thing, big dog. I'm just gonna retract it, because I am hinging everything on this album. Like this is it for me. Like, and when I say it's it for me, it's not like, oh, I can't predict the future. I'm not gonna say if I'm gonna make music or not. But like, I made this album as if this was my last album.
So
like, if nobody's ever gonna hear shit from me ever again, this is my, like, the one thing. It's like your last meal, or you're like, what would you do if you couldn't do anything if you're gonna die? And it's like, yo, I would do these fucking songs.
So it's like Self-Care from Mac Miller, bro. The last one, bro.
Yeah.
You better not go out there on that. What did he go out on?
No.
Flocka or what did he go out on? He killed him. So how did he die on some shit?
He died of a drug overdose. And
I know, but that's not you, bro. And that's what I'm saying.
It's not me. Hey, it's not that it's not me either, because I'm in it, like, I'm just, you know, we're all human beings at the end of the day. But what it is like Mac Miller, it's like anybody who has those like insecurities, and like some people don't get it. Like some people just are like, yo, I'm the shit, and it never even phases them. But there's real shit where it's like, especially in the public eye, where like, and with Instagram and freaking Facebook and all this shit, where you're just like you find your self-worth out of likes. So it's like, if people say your shit is some way, or
don't get in the comments, bro.
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
Get in the comments.
Yeah, and that's real shit. And it's like, people joke about it, but it's like, at the end of the day, like, people really do like value how they're offering to the world. Like, he was really offering stuff to the world, and then it not being really received how he wanted to, and it put him in a place. And then ultimately, I heard like a story where he was, you know, he wasn't 100% sure that he was taking what he thought he was taking, and that tracks back to something that I'm just gonna air out just real quick, and that's these fentanyl pills.
There you go.
Like,
that's what wiped him, right? Was fentanyl,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's unknown whether or not he took those knowingly, or if it was, you know, mimicked as these Percocets, which it is. It's disguised as Percocet. And so like, that shit is crazy, dude. Like I have to say it actually because it's part of my whole story. It's like the song that I wrote, the first song I wrote after coming out of my 4-year depression. I went into depression because I literally tanked a De La Soul show. Yeah, De La Soul, like the biggest fucking rap group in fucking the world.
That's right.
I fucking was opening up for them and it was not good, and it was due to a lot of reasons, and I could blame it whoever I want. But at the end of the day, it just was what it was. I loved this shit so much that it fucked me up. It just like I couldn't. I don't know. It just fucked me up. So then I come out of this shit. I write this motherfucking song called Decisions on Emotions. And that's the first song that I wrote coming out of my depression. And that was like May like 2nd. It's in the notes are in my phone so I can actually see the date. And that was like 2020. Since then, that moment, I wrote 3 verses and I wrote the hook. I was like, yo, I'm a fucking rapper. Like, this is just what gives me self-worth. So then I push it. I literally don't have any recording studio equipment whatsoever. So then I literally like go over to my best friend Phil's house, who's one of the guys that was on the call. And then he's like upgrading all his studio shit. And I'm just like low key talking music with him. He said he's going to give me a beat. I leave with a USB with 20 beats. And he literally has a stack of like KRK yellow speakers. He had an MPC. He had an APC, which is the controller for Ableton.
Actual gear. And
no,
shit.
yeah. And he's like, that's yours, dude. He's like, I don't want nothing for it. Just take it. He's like, you're going to use it. He's like, I feel like you're going to use it and I want it to be used. So I'm like, literally go from like, and then I get like a little shitty ass mic off Amazon, which was like $70, which I learned like, yo, you got to kind of spend some money on a mic.
Do.
Because I was sounding like tin can shit.
Business,
yeah, I sounded really bad at first, but it was like, at least I was practicing. And then I had never recorded myself. I'd never made my own beats. I literally been buying beats for like, however much they're worth, depending on the producer. But it's like, man, like if you want to make 33 songs and buy the beats, like, I don't, like I said, I got kids. So, at the end of the day, I was like, yo, I got to learn how to make these beats. So then I just started like practicing on that MPC that he gave me. And he gave me the keyboard that we made our very first music on, like together, like this old like 49 key Xeon M audio thing. Bro, it's still cherry. I wrote all the keys on the fucking keys in permanent markers so I know which keys I'm hitting. Like,
I'm not, I do, bro. If I try to fuck around.
I'm not musical theory, but it's like, yo, so then I'm just like, okay, well now I have this, I have no excuse, and I just start doing it. But
you're saying essentially this is the comeback since the
this is the comeback for sure. But it's like I just start trying, and it's like when I just keep trying, and I sucked at first, but it's like it didn't take long for me because I loved it, hip hop so much, and I have such an ear for it to begin with. It didn't take long for me to make beats that I was like, yo, this is a banger. Like I made the Red Zia Symbol beat, and like I made about 80% of the beats on this project. The only ones I didn't were Phil, and that's just because I love Phil and I'll rap on his beats till I die. But like it's like, yo, that's what I had to do because I really decided, like literally that day, I said, I'm gonna fucking be a rapper, and it's hard. Like I dare any of you to go to your mother-in-law and say, hey, I'm a rapper, like it's, or even your own,
especially in Albuquerque, bro, because it's a saturated market, bro. It is.
Well, it's not even saturated. It's just saturated. It's like people aren't even actually making music. They're just talking about being a rapper.
Right.
So everybody's like, yo, I'm a rapper. And then you say that you're a rapper, and then literally they can't be like, oh, that's cool. They're like, oh, well, my uncle, my sister.
Yeah, you were telling me that. That makes a lot of sense.
And I swear it's just very, very often. And I've come to accept it from Albuquerque, but it's like, that's why I can't literally, and I don't go into situations and just start telling people I'm a rapper. Like I have to have this content, this music first. Like, let me hand you a CD, or let me just tell you who I am, and then just like let that, manifest itself, because I'm not going to be that Albuquerque dude. Like, oh yeah, check out my mixtape, and no. And I hate to be like calling it out like that, but it really is. And it's made it hard for those, like, I know real motherfuckers that are like, just like would die for this stuff, and like, and I would die for it. And it's like hip hop means so much to us. Like it can kind of get downplayed, but it's like, yo, you guys are like really not helping us out when you guys just like make it to where like by the time we get to the somebody who might have loved hip hop, they don't want to hear shit because I just said, yo, I'm rapping, or I'm a rapper from Albuquerque. They're already turned off because it's just like it's been tarnished.
Well, I like that you don't follow with a crew, bro. Like everybody has to have a crew in Albuquerque, and it's basically like it's like a gang thing. And
it turns into that, and then it doesn't turn into like so much gang, because gangs out here are really real too. But it's like it turns into like what it did for me when I did have a crew, and I love all my homies, but it's like it just kept me in this like non-collaborative area where I was like competitive. Me against everybody else. Let's go, grounds crew versus everybody. We don't give a f. No. And it's not really that. And honestly, I don't believe Albuquerque will actually even be recognized as a city in hip hop until that attitude goes away, because as long as everybody's competing with each other, nobody's going to get anywhere. Where like, you know, Detroit recognized and Atlanta recognized and they found, you know, some people to get behind and they supported them. No, not like, and I'm really tangenting now, but it's like I'm going into something else really important to me, and that's like this mentality in Albuquerque that's like, you think you're all bad, like for whatever reason, this phrase, you think you're all bad, is like the cool thing. It's not the cool thing, but you hear it. Like if you grew up in this town and you're like 12 years old and you like get on honor roll, like you're on the school bus and your little homie's like, oh, you think you're all bad, nah? You know, and it's funny, it really is. But then at the end of the day, what it does is it puts people in a mind state to where they don't want to be all bad. Yeah, they want to just stay neutral, because you didn't want to raise your hand in high school too many times. You might get bullied and you might get.
Oh, you think you're all sick, bro?
Yeah, fuck, and then bro? You get ran up on after school, and they're supposed to like really fuck you up because like you think you're all bad. You're like, dang, I just knew the answer. Yeah. And then so that culture is like, man, I had so much pride in it at one point when I was, you know, younger, but now I'm just like frustrated with it because I have children now and I don't want my son being like,
to grow up like that. Yeah.
Yo, it's like, yo, I'm telling everybody right now, you are all bad. Like that's my campaign to the fucking world. You are all bad. Like we are all bad. And it's like, if you ain't from Albuquerque, it might sound like I'm talking some real weird language right now, but if you're from here, yo, you're all bad. And like, just have confidence and don't worry about what other people say, but it's harder. And I'm sure everybody says it's about their hometown, but in this town, it just seems like a culturally embedded situation where it's like, that is just the attitude you should have when you see somebody else succeeding. Right. Man, how do we fix it? You know what I'm saying?
And I've gotten so many like podcasts where I have people that are on here that they try to limit themselves because, you know, we're not in LA, we're not Atlanta, we're not New York, we're not any of these places where you have these explosive groups that came out of it that, are, you know, like charting billboards wise, right? Certainly. It doesn't mean that it's not possible. You know, there's just a shout out to the guy, because I know that between you and I, he's he's somebody we consider to be neutral, is versatile verse, bro. That dude, he moves fucking weight, bro. Yeah. And like, he's big in like LA and shit, but then like he tries to promote in Albuquerque and it's like, he gets a lot of hate because it's like, oh, well, you're not a, you know, whatever. It's just a lot of posturing is the word.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Like I talk to these dudes, I'm around these people. Like I literally, I'm gonna just drop some like knowledge on. No, I'm gonna flex for a second. I'm gonna make some songs, maybe even a project with the lead singer of the Riddims. And so Miles, what's up, dog? It's gonna be like miles apart, and it's gonna be a romantic R&B album.
That's when I was APOB. That's the alumni. They came on episode. I think
man, the dude is like, he does it for the right reasons, right? So you see the heart that he has, and then we get together, and he tells me the same thing. He's like, yo, it's not coming from this state. And I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed at the same time. It's just like, yeah, it's just frustrating because I don't know. I realize and I see it from when I was a kid, how difficult it would be to change that mentality. Like it is just embedded in you.
So so takeaways from the whole episode so far. So
that means shut up, Jordan.
No. I mean, like, what do you think about you talked about your future a little bit, that you're going to hinge a lot on this album, but what's the album called? Where can I find this fucking thing?
It's Red Zia Symbol. It's on all major platforms, May 28th.
When you say all major platforms,
I'm talking Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anything that you can get a subscription to. Literally Facebook, literally TikTok. You'll be able to do a 30-second video to that shit. Let's see. Yeah, it's everything. It was like even like some, you know, I was fortunate to get a pretty cool distribution thing, and it's like even potentially commercials and like video games and shit like that. So it's like, I'll keep everybody posted. Hopefully the shit is resonates with somebody. Again, there's going to be a lot of songs.
How many exactly?
you know, right now I have 33 that I really just can't get rid of. I can't even go down to 32, bro. Honest to goodness, and I'm not even trying to.
So you guys need to listen to the whole fucking
well,
album.
no, it's like you might get 12 and then 12 and then 12, or I don't know. It might be a 4-week release, and I might just spread it out because I got the songs, but I just know that you guys don't pay attention that long. Nobody's sitting there and listening to double albums. It's not
See, but I go fucking 2-hour, 3-hour long runs, bro, and I burn up albums, bro. But I'm an outlier for sure. But there's cats that if you're driving, bro, and you're driving back and forth, like, you know, you got to do these things because like Albuquerque and a lot of places in New Mexico, we work off the Rio Grande, bro, and all the freeways run against the Rio Grande.
It's real shit.
Parallel
like,
too.
I'm just like, I'm so proud of every song that I'm just like, yo,
there you go.
If this song, like number 19, doesn't get the love that it deserves, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yo, these people don't know what they're talking about. But it's like, no, at the end of the day, I just really do. I did make something that I'm very proud of. I did put a lot of work into it. We counted up when we actually decided on the songs. It was basically me and my wife and then my cousin. When we decided on what songs, because they had heard all the music, it was like 69 recorded songs.
Fuck.
And I only got that equipment from my friend in September. So it's like, from that moment, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna rap. Like every day I wake up, I rap. I fucking write a verse. I write a song. I make a beat. I'm trying my best. Like,
well, you better not quit after this. That's my point. Don't quit after this, bro. And you better keep it going. I don't give a fuck what happens. Yo, I do give a fuck.
That's
what
some
happens,
Albuquerque shit to even be like, yo, this is it. If you guys don't fuck with me on this one, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, keep going.
Sorry. But no, I think that's huge, bro. And I think at the end of the day, bro, what we should do is we should bring you back on when we're bumping like more. Because Jordan's been on a fucking 4-year hiatus, bro. So you coming back, this is one album, but you've got a lot, bro. And I think that we should see you again in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, bro. Let's see what's up.
Let's do it. No, honestly, yo, keep that fire underneath my ass, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I need human beings. Everybody needs human beings like this guy in your life where like, yo, they might not always say that everything's tight because it's not. You need some realness in your life, but it's like you also need somebody just to believe.
Right.
And hey, if you're out there and you fucking have somebody that like you really do enjoy their shit, or whether they're an artist or whatever it is, just let them know. Just be like, hey, bro, you're killing it.
That's it, bro. And all you got to do is listen to their song, bro, and share that shit. Like I don't do it enough, but like I try to share all the dudes that I fuck with and like try to move them forward a notch, bro, because like it's the same thing with a podcast, bro. Like, you know, we're not going to be able to do anything. One of the earlier podcasts I did was with a friend of mine from Full Sail, funny enough. And he talked about how we're all like ships on the sea, bro. We all rise together, bro. Yeah. We all rise together, and there's no way to
I wonder
like.
If a professor at Full Sail told him that. I'll just keep going.
But he's a solid cat, bro, and like, you know, like shout out to Albert, bro. But like it made the most sense I've ever heard when it comes to like the entertainment industry. Like it's a big thing, bro, to like look at everything, because as Burqueños, bro, like I was raised basically in Albuquerque, but the suburb of, if you will. There, you know, we're not like a bunch of A-listers, bro. But in the same breath, we are, bro, and it's like we're overlooked. We're the last in a lot of things when it comes to statistics.
That's real shit.
But in the same breath, we've got a lot of talent here, bro. It's underappreciated. So
underappreciated for sure. And then it gets appreciated when it leaves. And so that's where like y'all need to just stop being haters. Don't let me say anybody's hater. Nobody's hater. But hey, we're all bad.
We're all bad. We're all sick, bro.
Don't tell nobody else that they're not all bad. Like if somebody does good, give them a high five, bro. It's cool to be happy for your friends.
You just need to listen to their music, bro. Like just rap out all 33 of those songs, bro. Yeah,
and download all of them. And then also, there's this cool podcast I just heard about, guys. Hey, it's like people pursuing greatness, and then so like the people on there, they're not pursuing failure. And, hey, check this shit out, because Morgan really got heart in this shit, and that's why I fuck with him, is because he's not over here just trying to get views and shit. He's not selling his soul for nothing. He's literally interested in his interviewees, or should you say, and that's dope. So I'm gonna do what I can to help this guy out. If anybody who fucks with me is listening, please download the Homies podcast. The shit's
all you got to do is download it, listen to it, and then you can share that motherfucker. If you really want to help me out, I love those reviews on Apple Podcasts. And it doesn't mean everything in the world, but it can help me out, because I've only got a few of them. And the more of those interviews that more of those reviews that I have for the interviews, the better off I am. But you guys are going to keep hearing from me because I'm like that gnat at the fucking barbecue. I'm just going to keep coming back, bro, because you're going to keep hearing about it because there's so many people doing it, bro. And I don't care if I have a company representing me or not, bro. Like, I represent myself. I work like a big boy, bro. Like, I earn my way to get where I'm at, bro. And that's every single minute, every single second that you hear. I'm interested in these people.
I understand how hard that shit is, and I'll just say, like, you are, you are doing, and people don't understand. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
It is very hard.
If you really want to be considered great at something, and you put everything into it, it takes a lot of work no matter what you do. If you go to school and you do great on your finals and you get a degree, you've worked hard. If you didn't go to school and you had to bust your ass like fast food until you worked your way up wherever, you had to work hard.
You're that district manager, son.
So you still gotta work hard, motherfuckers. That's what we're saying.
That's it, bro. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro. Do you got anything else for these people to hear about your?
Yeah.
So the album is Red Zia Symbol. You're gonna look up Hipsta. It's HIP $ TA, right? And you can find it on every major. If you're doing YouTube Music, if you're doing Spotify, if you're doing
Amazon, Google Play, and Instagram, like Instagram Reels.
Plug your Instagram. What's the name of the Instagram?
And it's really easy for everybody to remember. I have a luxurious mustache, so the handle on anything is going to be Versace mustache. It's been for a little bit now that I go by that online. So if anybody's trying to find me online, you can't find it under Hipsta for whatever reason. Just type Versace mustache, and I'm the only motherfucking Versace mustache.
Ow! All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on. We're gonna see you in a couple months, and we're gonna see what the results are of this Savage 33 song album called Red Zia Symbol from El Hipsta. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no, I got a love for you, bro. I love
Lots of love, brother.
Yep.
All right, man.
Yeah, bye. Can I talk over?
Whatever you want to do, bro.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to record it. Oh, yeah. I don't know, too. But no, I was just going to explain, like, it's kind of like a milli. I was thinking about a milli when I made it. Like, remember a milli? Like,
a milli.
But I am scum. Flag that represents where I'm from. On the play, a fella disappear essentially. I'm stacking W's sequentially.
That's Perkenio as fuck.
Hey, bro, I have freckles. Gingy's on hit. With a neck full of medals and a neck full of medals. That's Zia Symbol. Yeah, like, just say it. Just fucking say the words. One of my friends told me, I don't need to be talking over it. We'll just put the song over the whole thing. But one of my friends told me something that it sounded like, and I can't get it out of my head, but I can't tell anybody because I know that'll be that way for them. Zia Symbol.
Zia
Symbol. Red Zia Symbol.
You see a symbol.
Like it's a symbol of the sea. I fucking cannot hear it now. Oh, yeah, that's the line, though. That line is fucking... Did you hear that line the first with about Wyatt Earp?
Yep.
Loneliness. By the Red Zia Symbol, swear that I respect the flag. Watch my back, protect my bag. A town full of fighters, so don't come here trying to flex or brag. Albuquerque is an octagon, and we will check your ass. But in every other category, finish somewhere next to last.
Yeah.
You better learn to whip that ass.
It's like the only thing we do fucking come in first is fighting, bro.
Exactly. In every other category, we finish somewhere next to last. Like, it's cool if you don't go to school. Just better learn to whip that.
Right.
That's that line, dog. That's the life. Like that's why I'm just like, hey, you know, if you really are from here, you have to. That has to make you feel some way. And then this drop, dog. This is the ground screw shit. Like this is the shit that I like did when I first started making music that I love, where I just like infused techno with hip hop. Yeah, shout out to Phil Chavez. He fucking literally taught me everything I know about EDM, and he's still one of my favorite producers and produces a lot of songs. Like this shit. Like I see New Mexico United coming out to that shit. You know
right?
what I'm saying? Like I see like John Jones on his next fight. Like
huge, bro. Yeah.
Red Zia Symbol in the background, yellow. Red Zia Symbol. Like, come on. Put me on the new Young Guns movie.
Right? Are they doing a new Young Guns?
Yeah, I heard they're doing it.
No.
Yeah. I have a song that I'm going to submit. Background, yeah. I'll just switch it up. Background yellow, background yellow. Yo, I rock it out for a while. Like, normally I don't let it ride for this long, but I was feeling the shit when I was making it. Like, but yeah, it all started with this line, and I was going to repeat the Velcro part. I was going to do but then when I heard the Red Zia Symbol repeat, I was like, well, that's stupid. This line right here, I was so proud of. I've been repping Albuquerque since Michelle Toes had Velcro. So, yeah.